Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. We are live and alive. We'll be, obviously doing our thing in a little bit. I'm going to now transition to the better title card. Hey, look at that. Now I go to studio mode. Watch this. Oh, look at that. We're all on the fucking screen. We're all looking beautiful. I've unlocked the Discord audio. Hello, everybody. You're all such a beautiful people. Boost the stream. Do what you guys need to do. Y'all are fucking great people. You're looking beautiful today. Eric's Blue, always beautiful. Natsurai, always looking beautiful. Chucklehead, are us? What? Yo. I don't know what's happening today, guys.
Chucklehead Russ. Is that what you said?
Chucklehead Russ. Fernando
Chucklehead
H.
are us.
Hola.
Oh, yeah.
Ay. Today we're gonna have a fun multi-topic stream today for y'all. We're just waiting
Jesse
for Kat
also
to
said
return.
hello.
Hello, Jesse.
No, I could hear everything.
Oh, hello, Quantum. It's so good to see you guys. Oh, did we?
Hey, Quantum.
Yes, the Opp Block is live. We are not being featured on another streamer's entire thing. We didn't take
Some
over
might
his
say
stream.
we were live yesterday. Not really, but
What did Nerd do now? Fernando, what did Nerd do now is a really interesting question. Kat, you were saying?
I mean, we did kind of kidnap a
We
stream
were live yesterday.
We did, yeah.
Kill Diesel hostage.
Yeah, we did hold Diesel
For
hostage.
3 hours.
That was a fucking 5-6 hour stream. That was insane. Was it 6 hours?
Yeah.
You could say Diesel was on a leash. That's why he didn't mind it.
Don't put my boy. Not my boy on a leash. Oh, you know what? Let me juice the stream.
Diesel said he doesn't mind it.
No, he
Spaghetti
He's pointing it out.
Oh no, he doesn't. He's told me like privately, and it doesn't matter. Because if you were in the stream yesterday, you would know.
Well, don't dox him, man. Don't
I'm
leak
not-
DMs. What
I'm
do
not
you
leaking DMs. No, we
Cloudy.
have.
Hi, Cloudy.
Hi, Cloudy. Yo. We are locked
Alright, well,
in.
Falgi's setting in. Hi, everybody. My name is Kat. With me tonight is
No,
our
Cat!
boy
No,
Falgi,
Cat! No!
my boy Greg,
Hey,
my
it's
thing.
me.
and the
I'm your
one and only
co-host.
Nani.
That's my thing.
And we have this other guy here. We're locked in.
Oh my god, we are live and alive, everybody. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Opp Block. We're all just settling in, but I want to give a special shout out to Quantum, PZ, Mercury with the double spades, Name, and Cloudy.
And Fernando.
And Lunar Moon Tea. And Starshine.
And Chucklehead or us.
Chucklehead or us.
Like
and no one else. We're not naming anyone else the rest of the stream.
And nobody else the rest of the stream.
Hello,
everybody. Hi, D'Angelo Wallance. All right. So we're going to transition to... I have so many tabs, guys. I probably have I have like 30 tabs open.
This is giving me anxiety.
Yeah, it's giving me some anxiety. It's all good. Audio's good, guys. Let's get right into the news. Oh god, I never. All right, as always.
Good job.
I can't believe I called someone streaming while I'm playing catch up and the streamer was you. Yeah, it's us, guys. We are here. All right. So as always, that's our music from Mega Man Battle Network.
Our music, we wrote it.
Yeah, we wrote it. Before we begin, I do just want to give a small. You can see me. I don't really care. So this right here is our Ko-Fi link. Just a small little announcement. We've hit the 80 subscriber mark, everybody. Let's go!
Woo!
We did it. We have hit the 80 subscriber mark. What does that mean? I have no idea. So
it's a nice number.
It's a round number, yeah.
It's a nice round number. Wait. Ooh, Ko-Fi outside mana potion. Yeah. So we have a Ko-Fi. Just to show you guys how you guys can support us on the Ko-Fi. We have a link here. I'm gonna start creating tiers for it, so you guys don't have to necessarily donate $5. I understand $5 can be expensive for some people, but if you can, it's greatly appreciated. So we're going to be working. You could also do a one-time donation, but to circumvent how YouTube doesn't allow us to get monthly donations yet, monthly subscriptions, the Ko-Fi is a way to do it. So I'm going to link the Ko-Fi in here. I'm going to put it in here.
What was it? Like 1,000 subscribers before we are allowed to have a.
I think it's 500.
So it's So it's 500 with about, oh my god, a lot of hours of watched. Like it's like a stupid amount of hours of watched. Like
we'll get there. But by the time you get one, you should get the other anyway.
Yeah.
But we might get the hours watched beforehand.
Yeah.
We do stream a lot
because it stacks. We do. Most of our streams are like 3 hours long. Multiply that by like 20 average. That's a lot.
So this is the inside baseball. Yes and no. I showed Cloudy this. I'll show you guys this. Our Chris Chan stream went from 147 hours watched to 24.6 hours watched because it struggles with understanding how live streaming works. So like that's why I publish the videos. That's why I publish the streams afterwards. That's why I publish other videos. I gotta cut some of the older streams. I keep forgetting to cut the older streams. That's on me.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so it's just the way we're gonna do it from now on. That's how we're gonna have fun with it. But we're good. And again, if you guys can't support us on the Ko-Fi, me leaving my other devices with YouTube. You know what? Yeah. We will leave the other devices on with YouTube. All right.
We cannot condone that. Just actively watch on your own accord. If you like the content, you can send it to other people who might like this content.
Yeah, 100%.
You can you can subscribe. That's all you can do. And I guess donate. Fauci, why don't you show them how to do it? Go ahead and put in your little digits there.
Okay, so you'll press the donate button.
Yeah. Go ahead and then go autofill all that information. Go ahead.
Don't forget the numbers in the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I'm also kind of using the Opp Block Ko-Fi to kind of promote our videos as well. So if you guys have done that, it's going to promote our videos when they come out. You get to see my actual face and my dog. You get to see Leia. This is Leia. So if you guys want to support us, it'd be greatly appreciated. And that's pretty much it. And
speaking of dogs, Jesse just came up to say hello.
Hello,
so after
Jesse.
this, I can always show you.
The face docs, my face has been on the fucking internet for a while. I'm not too fucking concerned.
My dog kind of looks like my little avatar
Hey,
thing.
checking my dog.
All right. Is there anything else that I should announce?
I am in your walls.
Yes, we are in your walls. If you guys have not watched it, if you're new to our channel or you're our channel's a homegrown subscriber audience, the Opp Block took over one Diesel IRL / FPS Diesel's live stream. So if you guys haven't already seen that, we'll link it at the end of the stream. That was a really fun time. I want to thank everybody who came out yesterday. I know Booker did. I know Ash did. Eric's Blue. If you're in my walls, then come out. I have tea and I. You know what, Quantum? I would love some tea and ice cream.
That'd be awesome. And honestly, you guys, with all the stuff in chat, like, no, he's doing this. I somehow managing like to keep it calm, but I was squealing, guys. I was squealing. I'm softy.
It was.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. Yesterday was really good for those who weren't able to see. Again, we'll link it. But it was a really, really fun time. It was really enjoyable to kind of be able to do what we do best. We here at the Opp Block, we are kind of the best mod team. I'm going to say it. We're the best mod team.
We are.
People are fighting over us.
Also, I will name.
It started with a joke. 4 hours later, we were still there.
Yeah.
That was also I was also like 2 or 3 drinks in, and that was the first time I ever interrogated someone like that. So
yeah, it was definitely like a wild ride.
Yeah, that I wasn't at my full power.
I wasn't at my full. Well, it's like this is why it's super really important. Where on earth is Mama JF? I don't know. Fernando, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, this is and this is a small service announcement. We are at 80 subscribers, like I said before. At about 100 or so, we're going to open up or start working on a Discord, specifically an Opp Block Discord that's going to have regular updates. And from the community, if you guys have special interest topics that you guys want to research and you guys put in the research, let us know, and we'll kind of collate that data ourselves, do a little bit of research ourselves, and kind of just jump right into it. Any other announcements that I should make? If not,
we are awesome and based.
We are awesome and based. And if not, all right, future Falgi, this is where we do it. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be going over some of the new NerdCity drama. Not really new.
I hate that.
No. You don't hate it. You love it.
Brett, I have a proposition before we begin.
What is the proposition, buddy?
I say we replace op heads with Eugenes.
No, we are not doing Eugenes. Op heads are great. We are not doing Eugenes.
I concede my time. Let's continue.
You concede. Oh my god. Okay. Now again for my notes. Here. Whoa! Oh, Quantum!
Wow.
Quantum.
What?
Quantum, don't know.
Quantum, that is incredibly kind. Thank you.
Quantum,
very generous.
Thank you. Oil Baroness, Quantum themselves. Thank you so much for the 100. Ay. Thank you for the green. Holy moly, Krakatoli. If I wasn't sweating already, I am sweating now.
Italian, classic Italian.
Classic Italian. I'm always sweating. Gabagool, gaba you.
That explains it.
Do you want to do a recap of where we left off?
That's what we're doing.
Okay, just to jog my memory as well as chat. I remember everything, but I don't remember. I don't know if chat does. So go ahead and start us off.
Okay,
what is NerdCity?
Okay, hold up. I will answer one thing before we start. Operators. So that's right. I think that's what we would be if I'm being honest. We would be the operators. And
we're operating the block.
Yeah, we're operating the block. Last time on NerdCity Z. NerdCity freaked out. Cool. NerdCity freaked out. NFTs, bitching and moaning, cat gifts. Oh my god, Pyrocynical is way too famous and ruining my podcast. TBH featuring NerdCity, Colossal is crazy, Pyrocynical, and Dolan Dark. But yeah, exactly. So coming back to it, we kind of went over it in our NerdCity video. We went over what was going on with NerdCity. Nani, our resident researcher, gave us a wonderful document kind of going over some of the, albeit questionably transphobic statements that NerdCity was making. But a lot of it was coming from just, he created a lot of very poignant videos on the platform. Specifically, what he's most famous for, in my opinion, is the banned words and search terms. Specifically when it regards to the LGBTQ keywords, gay, mental health, things like that. Those were being directly targeted. So he created this video because that's how I didn't even know who NerdCity was, but I even knew what that video was. I didn't know who he was. That video, I know what it is because that video popped off the last time. So we went through his Discord. We went through the TBH Discord where he was, people were paying to be in that Discord and he was banning them because they weren't his direct fans and they were criticizing him. We went over some of his Reddit history, which more will be going over today. And then as well, he did release at the end of our broadcast his notice of leaving. And right now what we have here is kind of the fallout of that. This is Pyrocynical responding and talking about NerdCity's departure notice. It's to be noted that Pyrocynical is who he really targeted in his departure notice.
Yeah.
Which was very, very weird. It was one of those things that it constantly came off as, I am jealous of you. I can't believe that we are capitulating to someone with a larger fan base.
To your audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Specifically Pyro's audience.
It was such a weird concept. And when we were going over it, he was constantly attacking younger fans and people that were kind of questioning his integrity. So that's pretty much it. Any other questions that we have, we can be answered here in this video. So let's get into
that's a perfect recap. I remembered all of that. Clearly chat didn't. So, they're all caught up.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We're just making sure you remembered it correctly.
Yeah.
Chat, do you guys have short-term memory loss? Is that what happens?
Goldfish brain.
Cool.
Also, quantum, I'd love you to pieces. I could never. You offered me tea and,
Yeah, there we
go.
You
didn't have
to. Alrighty, guys, let's get into the video.
Why did he leave? I could probably read the statement, to be fair, that he put out. Why did he leave?
This is crazy with Ratchet and Clank in the background.
I could probably read the statement, to be fair, that he put out. So, to be honest, Lord, you might not know, Clan and I launched this...
Nothing.
Okay, buddy. Chat, you are on Pyro's face. You know what? Yeah, we'll just leave it this way because you can see chat a little bit better.
Josh just responded
to the thing, by the way.
It is. I had to turn your stream up.
Okay, I'll turn it up a little. That's the thing.
I can turn it up on my end, gentlemen.
But no, it's always the thing where people talk at different levels.
Plug at the end of
I have to put him all the way up.
As a result, it was those viewers and then a handful of Twitter replies from all 4 hosts that really got the ball
I forgot he's British.
I also edited the visuals in those first 3 episodes, and to be honest, was a bit more like a video series than a podcast back then. Looking back, I feel confident that I knew how to keep.
So just as a reference, this is, I guess Pyro was streaming and people asked him, hey, like what's going on? Can you address the whole situation? Because one of the big things that we found out during this whole drama, this whole mess, was NerdCity may or may not have blocked the other co-hosts out of the YouTube page for TBH Podcast. And it was a weird thing. There was also allegations and corroborating screenshots of NerdCity bringing in one of his own mods, and that didn't tell anybody else, his own mods from his own Discord, and literally just nuking people on site and just banning them on site from the TBH Discord. It was a very, very bizarre scenario. To this day, I'm still very confused by what the outcome, what the thought process was, why not talking to your co-hosts about that.
The earliest, to be honest, subscribers entertained. Yeah, he did like all the the edits and stuff and the animations originally, which were really good. That did not remain the case over time. By far, it's Pyrocynical who has the largest fan base of the 4 hosts. And once he started to link the To Be Honest podcast and the end cards, it picked up for us and we changed our demographic drastically. I mean, yeah, like, the thing is, I've always had the biggest pull there. Because, like, there's a lot of people on the server that just, like, absolutely don't like me. And then you go on their profile and you see that they're, like, in my server. So
this was something interesting that I thought. NerdCity had a complaint. And one of his largest complaints, specifically against Pyro and his audience as a whole, is that Pyro's audience jokingly makes fun of him. Apparently, they like tell him to just look how big the message is. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, Pyro's audience kind of jokingly tells him to die. I mean, with love. They love bomb him with hate, which, you know what? This is always my thing. If that is how you interact with your audience, that is your audience. I guess it's like a question to everybody. Is there a certain regard where Pyro should have told his audience to chill?
I mean, if he was uncomfortable with it, right? Like, if at any point he was uncomfortable with whatever inside joke they had going on, that could be on him to nip it before it gets out of hand with any kind of community, really.
Yeah, just tell your co-host. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, because it also
easy.
And Fernando, you brings up a really good point. Pyro fans will dunk on Pyro every moment they can while giving him money. So that's the thing too, is that it's playful ribbing. Like, if the streamer is uncomfortable, and I kind of understood where NerdCity was coming from in regards to, listen, this guy is not controlling his audience, quote unquote, in regards to how they are reacting. But you can't, he's also bringing in the fans. He is part of the biggest draw. You're admitting he's the biggest draw. You maybe didn't have to say that in your statement. You can just feel that and not say that in your public statement. Because that makes you, it fucking makes you look bitch made. I hate to say it. It is okay to have emotions. Emotions are 100% fine. But when you reacted in such a way where you're also fighting your own fans and you're saying, oh, you're not really fans of mine, it just like, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help get your point across.
Especially in a collaboration with other creators. You know?
Right. That was the big thing, is like, you're collaborating with other creators, you're collaborating with a team. You would have those talks. And it did feel the way that Nerd was expressing his feelings, it's almost like he didn't want Pyro to come into the podcast because he was creating a podcast that was an extension of his original content, which is something that he stated with his Colossal's Crazy video, because as some may or may not know, the podcast was promoted via a J Station video in collaboration with one of the TBH co-hosts, Colossal's Crazy. So it was NerdCity and Colossal's Crazy. They promoted the TBH podcast and things like that. It is really interesting. Fernando H says, nah, on stream he will say something like, stop with the pissing super chats, and then makes Uber dough with people spamming super chats of pouring water sound effect. We really do need like a fucking sound effect.
I mean, like, look at Queso. I watch him from time. The Queso, I watch him from time to time. And everyone jokes about him being fat, and he's like, "Stop calling me fatter! Stop saying this! Stop saying that!" Jason's the big guy, and literally so. He will make that clear. It's just how audience. It's just the type of audience you build up.
But it's not even just that. If you can create a time where the audience understands that it's joking, and the time that the audience is here for not necessarily for laughs, and they understand the seriousness of these moments, then you can do that a little. We're not going to go over it in this video, but I think it's really important. I don't know if he does, but Pyro's dog was dying at this time. This is a dog that he had for years. So it's very clear that he was doing other shit and taking care of himself emotionally while this was going on. And his fans are not telling him to kill himself. His fans can easily turn around and say, "Hey, that fucking sucks. We're really sad about this too." It's the thing where if you create an environment where your fans can joke, but they also know when the seriousness comes in, that's a healthy dynamic. And it felt like NerdCity was very much used to talking at the audience than talking with the audience.
Yeah, I think I was bringing in the most amount of audience by far. It wasn't like I was probably bringing in like 60%, if not more.
Hello, Pyrocynical. It's me, your favorite Digimon shill. Have you checked your Twitter? Anyways, much love.
What is this music? I'm very curious.
Also,
The Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, is it? I've never really played the Ratchet and Clank games.
I was excited you were playing a decent game for once, but then you quit to watch slop. Thanks again. Love the
Yeah, Eric, you're absolutely right. Nerd did and has portrayed himself as above the audience. Always above it. Hey, Killjoy. Hey, Eve. Welcome back to the Opp Block.
Hey, Eve. Hey, Killjoy.
Anyway,
let's see. I'm gonna speed this up.
Where was I at? And once you started to link the, to be honest, changed our demo. Jay would also work Jay's Dolan, work Pyro's face into our thumbs and his name in the titles, which boosted our subscribers.
Oh my god, sped up a little bit. This fucking music is fucking bumping. I'm dancing in my seat. I'm sorry, I had to say it. What's up?
I'm gonna put you on some real shit. Have you ever listened to Nightcore?
So I have listened to Nightcore.
What about dubstep?
So I don't like dubstep. Nightcore is just weird for me. Nightcore always felt like to me as the dubstep kids wanting to make AMVs, and I will always shill AMVs. And I love AMVs. AMVs are one of my favorite thing.
One of your favorite things?
Yeah, I fucking listen. You sit down, give me the fucking Naruto fight with Sasuke during the Sasuke retrieval arc, and it's fucking Linkin Park fucking playing in the background, and everything is crying, like the fucking raindrops are falling. Yeah, that was my shit back in the day. Fucking AMVs are a lost art form. There's a great video out there by YouTuber Gigic about like the history of AMVs. I fucking love that's like one of my favorite videos. It's so funny.
You don't tempt me. I am 100% capable and willing to do that.
Killjoy, you know the exact one.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
The RGB filter.
Oh my god, just imagine just everything is Chef Boyardee looking. There are Teen Titan AMVs. I did not fucking know about that.
There's AMVs for everything. You know this.
There's AMVs for everything, Falgi.
Yeah. Hey, Boogie, welcome to the stream.
By a lot and strengthened connection to Pyro's channel. More people are interested in Pyro as a topic than they are Nerd, Colossal, or Dolan. So as this strategy continued to work, the top comments changed from telling us to replace Pyro to telling us to let Pyro cook and stop yapping so much and just make fun of him more. Another thing became increasingly clear. Most topics that I think are interesting will bore Pyro viewers to death. I think that was a problem we had as well. The topics we talked about were too, like, Nerd wanted to talk about incredibly heavy, deep topics. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm stupid. Like, the excuse is I am literally stupid. So he would go on about like a huge conspiracy or something, and I would no research on it, nothing at all. So the problem is a lot of the episodes ended up with me basically like I never said anything. I think that was one criticism we got on the podcast is I was the biggest member, but I was basically saying the least each episode.
I think that's a really interesting thing that he says. And this is kind of understanding the dynamics of a podcast. It's understanding the dynamics of any kind of broadcast that you ever do. For anyone who's ever worked in media or is an avid media watcher, something really interesting that I always will highlight is watch a pilot and the first season of a material compared to where you find it in the middle and at the end. A really, really good example of this is The Office. Not many people remember this, but Michael Scott in the beginning of The Office is supposed to be a smarmy fuck. Like his hair is slicked back. He's supposed to be very smarmy, very lewd.
Well, actually, his hair, he had like a receding hairline, or
yeah.
his hair was even thinning.
Yes, that was the whole thing. He was supposed to be like this smarmy, like middle manager boss character. And over time, they developed the character from the pilot into the rest of the series. And you see the transition in the first season, but then you see it more out of that season is he changes. He becomes a lovable goofball. And so does the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast is a lovable goofball. He still has that smarmy attitude, but the smarminess is hidden under a layer of insecurity. Or excuse me, insecurity is hidden under the smarminess. So like there's this fun aspect, and it's very interesting when you're creating a broadcast or you're creating any kind of media, you do go through growing pains. Like what Pyro was highlighting is Pyro isn't opposed to the heady topics. It's he knows that he's not speaking in those moments. There are moments where like and we have that. We keep it so I dropped some things. We keep it so some of us don't know the topic 100% because we want to have an audience feel for this broadcast. Some of us do know the topic, some of us don't. Yes, Kat, we know. I love you, Kat. But that's the thing. When you find the dynamic and you get that rolling, it's enjoyable. But if you have an audience of people who are not enjoying it with you, you do have to understand when to shift and when to change and lean into the things that are more entertaining. That's
just kind of like, this is what I was bringing up like last time too, is why did they even start this if the topics they want to bring up are conflicting or are uninteresting to some of the other members? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or why didn't they go on a rotation of topics they wanted to discuss, or why didn't they get that finalized ahead of time? Like, how did they know each other ahead of time to want to do a podcast together? And then they kind of did some episodes where some people are disinterested or have nothing to add to the conversation. That's just, it feels like an oversight, right? I don't know.
I would agree. I think that that's a really I would agree with that. I think that's an interesting, weirdly, that's a very interesting remark, because I think what we're finding here is, how do I say this? NerdCity started this podcast with Colossal is Crazy, and I think what he really wanted to do, if I had to have like my big brain conjecture, is that was what this podcast was going to be. But because Pyro was not speaking and his audience was his audience was injecting the podcast into the status that it had, they had to figure out a way to get Pyro to be more involved, to be more integrated. And Q is absolutely right. Pyro is saying that he's dumb. He's not saying you guys need to change the podcast for me. He's recognizing how his audience is reacting, and he's recognizing how that needs to function inside of the podcast. That just shows that he understands, he has an eye for content that I don't think NerdCity necessarily has, because NerdCity's content is much different. NerdCity's content it's thoughtful, it's examinations. That's not like in a freeform podcast. it is somewhat difficult if you don't have someone in the seat being prepared, or you don't have a team that's doing research. Like, that's how we function as a stream. We do research on the topics that we're looking at. It's why I love doing this stream with you guys. But there's a difference, right? Let's see. Killjoy says it became a Pyro run-off stream or a waiting room depending on when he finished the pod and when he started his stream. And then Fernando says they were there for him, but he wasn't there because of the topics at hand. Yeah, I think that's it. It's like, and it's really interesting to note that if it was a run-off stream or it was a lead-up, it's very obvious how that would work out. And it shows the different content minds. But my argument for NerdCity would be, you should voice your frustrations and try to figure a way to either inject the topics you want into your podcast or develop an offshoot of that podcast where it's maybe less members and maybe you get less eyes, right? But you are having a larger conversation about that. Because you can interest an audience that isn't necessarily interested in those topics. You can do that. You just have to be entertaining. That's just the bottom line.
I think also for like Pyro's point, he did mention that NerdCity would not give a lot of information prior to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Pyro could just research the topic. It's going in blind. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could have done an option, or there's an option there to, I don't want to say educate, but bring Pyro up to speed, at least in context or like in vocabulary that he would understand. I don't know Pyro at all. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of the topics they talked about. I don't know any of the conspiracy theories they talked about. But I feel like when I have friends who are dumb, that they will say they're dumb, and whenever we bring up topics about things they don't know or movies that they don't understand, I will dumb them down for their language so that they can be on the topic with me when I'm talking about something. But I feel like that could be part of that's what we're doing here. That's why this kind of works, because you guys need to dumb down whatever the drama of the day is, so I know it's so I'm caught up.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. It is one of those things where you have to examine how you are presenting content.
Want out?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No. Jesse's trying to get out.
Yeah. Want to go outside? Or are we just scratching? Why are you looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about?
Every time, guys.
He's jealous. He's jealous.
Anime girls, what's up? So Falgi, I'm getting a can of Chef Boyardee. Like, no. We're not fucking eating Chef Boyardee. We're gonna go fucking on to the video. God damn it, I don't want to see her no more fucking Chef Boyardee bullshit.
So real.
Boogie says, I haven't watched NerdCity in a while. Furthermore, I just heard that the main creator went off the rails recently. Here for the details. So Boogie, essentially, we will go into it a little bit more. But one of the really interesting things is NerdCity was in this podcast and was feeling some kind of way, not only about the podcast, but the audience that was being drawn in, because it was a much younger audience, and it feels like he is trying to garner a much more thoughtful and older audience. And some of the other things that he'll say that we will go into turned his audience against him. Let's get back into the video.
But there was obviously other factors as well, like for example the time zones, because I was recording the podcast usually at like midnight, and that's after a day of doing videos and streaming and meetings, and it's just like that's kind of when I wanted to shut my brain off. But then I've got to do like a 2-hour podcast. But yeah, like I would want to talk about more drama-centric stuff, and Nerd didn't care, which is fair, because it's like when you realize the planet is dying and there's so many things that are wrong with the world, and then you just want to talk about ego drama, it's like, who cares? But unfortunately, that's what my second channel's ran off.
It's time to be silly though.
Sicily.
Dr. Pepper, is this 2019? Nah, Dr. Pepper's lit, bro. Dr. Pepper's so good. Like I've only just started drinking it again recently. I haven't had it in like.
Hey, Kat, you want to tell your Dr. Pepper story while I go grab some water?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
the good old Dr. Pepper.
British man drinks Dr. Pepper once.
So I'm setting up for college again. Stuff is going on, and I need to get all of my medical records straight. Hold on, one of my dogs is like standing right next to my microphone trying to get on my face. He's handsome. So I go to a pharmacy, set up my appointment, same pharmacy I would get all of my like prescription medications back in the day. I go there and it's like, oh, I have an appointment, and so no. And it turns out that my new health insurance is not accepted in this pharmacy, so the flu shot would have been like $70.
Yo.
God bless
Obvious.
America.
Yeah, I'm not paying that. I don't have that.
I'll just catch the flu. It's cheaper.
Honestly, yeah. So, whatever, they cancel my appointment. The pharmacist and the tech were super nice. They told me like, hey, you should try with this different pharmacy. They open in like X hours. Just make a quick appointment. I did that, but I had some time to kill. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I am gonna treat myself. I can afford it right now. I will get it. I go to buy a Dr. Pepper. And for those of you who drink Dr. Pepper, you know that Diet Dr. Pepper and normal ass Dr. Pepper taste the same. Turns out there is a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, sort of like Coke Zero, Coke, Diet Coke, and normal Coke. Yeah, it tastes like Dr. Pepper got ran through with tap water. Fucking shit was ass. I took one sip and threw it down the drain.
That is fucking wild.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it when you brought it up, but I wanted to say it was probably like you drank a glass of water that was dipped in a can of Dr. Pepper.
It was bad, man. It was bad. So I went to the other pharmacy. I got my vaccine. The other pharmacy didn't even ask for insurance or anything. They just looked at me and were like, hey, got an appointment? Yeah. Cool. They give me the vaccine, didn't check anything. All they asked was my first name.
Oh, they just didn't check shit. They were like, oh yeah, get the vaccine. See you later. Bye.
After I got my vaccine, she just hands me a coupon for $5 off the store. And I bought another Dr. Pepper.
Oh my God.
I took one sip on my car. It was delicious. I forgot about it for a few hours at home.
No.
The moment I took another sip, it was flat.
Oh boy. No.
Oh, no.
No.
This is a classic American story.
It is. Just about Jack and Diane.
I basically got paid a Dr. Pepper to get my flu shot.
Oh, you know what? Boogie had the best way to describe it. Dr. Pepper Zero tastes like Dr. Pepper without the pepper. That is actually
so nasty.
That's such a funny way to put it. Let's get back into this bullshit.
5 years. It tastes so much better than Coke. On my channel, I have a theme of exposing secrets or exploring theories that sounded like crazy conspiracies, but that I could demonstrate were true. In one case, I helped confirm that YouTube has a secret rating system for each channel and video. Yeah, if you guys remember that, Nerd did a video years ago where he exposed that, well, yeah, what he just said. And people like PewDiePie would avoid it by putting hashtag satire in their tags, if you remember that. That was really old, but he was actually the first person to break that story. In another instance, I collaborated with analysts to show that YouTube bots were suppressing LGBTQ creators. And as you may recall, in episode 5 of the podcast, I went over ESG scores and BlackRock's Aladdin stock printer about a year before those concepts were mainstream talking points. And I'm proud to see that episode is our most viewed, and it's close to hitting 1 million views on YouTube. However, as time went on and as our demo kept evolving, it got a lot harder to ever share a topic like that on the podcast again. Our viewers don't seem to enjoy when I explain things.
Fire dapping today, eyes. Fire dapping today, eyes.
Thank you, Conniving, for the 10. This is serious business, bro. Shut up. Where was I?
I will say this. There is a feeling I get that Pyro really does respect Nerd in a lot of ways. There's a genuine, I don't want to make drama out of this, because I actually do find the videos and the work that he did interesting, regardless of how he reacted in the moment, regardless of how much of an asshole he was. And you guys can find it on the internet. Tommy C did a thing with on this as well, and Colossal is Crazy came on, and Colossal is Crazy just called NerdCity stupid, like he's just a stupid person. That was like a very funny moment. I was like, wow, that's nice.
Valid.
Yeah, valid, right? But I mean, like that's part of it. Like he was just being stupid.
Pyro viewers didn't seem to enjoy when I explained things, and topics I like tend to be a minefield of keywords that are suppressed by the algorithm, like Bill Gates or demons. I did try to keep value to the show, but more and more viewers would voice their concerns on Reddit and our comments about how I was unironically including clips from the alt-right shows like the Joe Rogan podcast, or mentioning alt-right conspiracy theories such as mental disorders in the DSM-5. Less yapping, make fun of Pyro more was the main requests. Okay then. As a creator, I like to work on content that people will enjoy, and unfortunately, there was a feedback loop where the more I tried to take a backseat on leading our discussion, the more that the minority of viewers who joined from my channel would politely tell me that they didn't like the podcast anymore. And to be honest, trademark, I started feeling increasingly unhappy.
I don't like that trademark. Why would you do that?
There's been a push and pull where I always wish the show could represent something more useful to people. So yeah, it's like he's saying himself there, like, our demographics are just incredibly different. Like, my main audience is Zoomers, and his main audience
Zoomies.
So
Zoomies.
Shout
out to Zoomies. Shout out to the Zoomies.
And then I think we definitely just had different interests.
Why that trademark? I don't know why.
It was what NerdCity wrote. It's in there.
It's in there. We cover. But I think this is what I see between the two is Pyro is trying to handle this as delicately. Oh my god! Now that just reminds me of the fucking Zoobinis game.
I'm thinking Zoomies the store.
No, there was a game.
Not Zoomies, like dogs getting really excited.
Yeah,
yes, that's why they call them Zoomers.
Yeah. Cool Anime Girls, is his audience cats and dogs? Kind of. I think the thing was
it's Cat Dog. The famous.
Oh my
I'm
god!
one fan after all.
Well, I think what it was is that their audiences didn't match because there was the overlap wasn't there. But I think something that Nerd couldn't get out of his head, like the reason that I find this drama to be interesting is Nerd couldn't get out of his head and out of his ass enough to realize that when you have two audiences that don't necessarily match, you have to meet somewhere in the middle. You have to be entertaining enough to collate everything that you understand and make it digestible for the minority of your audience. So
right now, this is just creative conflicts.
Yeah,
they're just not. They're not meeting in the middle. They're not compromising either way, or they're not having the discussions to compromise. He's just out, and this is his I'm outpost.
Mm. Yeah, that's the thing. This is his I'm outpost, but it was something very interesting that everyone was saying. This drama was should have been public. This drama should have remained with them because these are
even happened.
What was that, Nani?
Such a simple way. Like, this drama didn't even need to happen in the first place. They're adults. They can talk to each other about things.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense to me.
Right, and in our previous,
this could have been a DM. Just
yeah.
Hey guys, I really don't feel like things are working out. I'm gonna step back.
Or I don't feel like the content we're making is what I want to produce. Or the audience isn't vibing with the content I want to produce. Is there something we can do to change? Something we can do to adjust? Even though we have the audience, he wants to. But if not, then him dipping it doesn't seem like it's an issue. But this giant post, this is not it.
It's very not.
I thought I was bad.
Yeah. Well, I
mean,
if
it's gonna make a joke, but it doesn't land.
But I think something really interesting in our last broadcast, Nani, when you kind of went through everything and you were going through a lot of the screenshots that you had found and other things like that. One of the sentiments I got was he doesn't know how to interact with an audience. He only understands how to talk to them and it will be covered in the next video that we'll watch, but we found it ourselves and Nani broke the story with us here. He would go into Reddit comments and fucking just try to rip his own audience to shreds. it was the most bizarre thing that I had ever seen. Because, like, what are you doing? Why are you fighting with your audience?
Paragraphs.
Oh my god, they were paragraphs. Let's get back into this.
I like to work on content that people will enjoy. And unfortunately... Oh, I just read that bit. I'm acoustic. What part did I read up to? Oh my god, my computer just shut off. Thank you, Smacko, for joining. Thank you, Lockie, for the 6 months. Thank you, Damn Thick Furry, for the 5 months.
Oh god, there's so much going on.
The fact that you wrote it as Annie Nonny Moose.
His audience really are Zoomers. Holy
oh
shit.
my god, his audience.
This is the way it made me feel.
Dude,
angry.
NerdCity would have fit right in then. Us Gen Zs are like fucking rulers of those long novella text messages. Yeah, shit's like a Zoomer.
Angry the past week, and by complaining openly, I tried to force my co-hosts to see how bad things are. The most maddening thing is, I believe we recorded a pretty good episode in episode 31, and so a few days ago, I lashed out at Pyro over this in public and in private because I felt like he wasn't defending our show when he got heat from his fans. My thinking was that since it's his viewers that we cater to, then he should speak up or correct the record that his fan base attacks us unfairly.
I can feel the wall coming.
Unfairly. Thank you, Richard, for the 10. Bro, you saying you're old at 20? Shut up.
That's something really interesting. I don't know if Pyro's going to address it.
You should not feel old at 20.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Yeah, of course
I feel old at 20.
Well, one of the things is that NerdCity was NerdCity was convinced that if he had done this publicly, that his co-hosts would get the hint, because he's saying they weren't getting the hit privately. But DMs were leaked because I guess fucking NerdCity leaked some of them. There was no reason to do that because you were being coy about how you felt. You weren't being extremely open with how you felt. You weren't assessing everything. You weren't like speaking with your co-hosts.
Yes, it's a business. You got to act like a businessman. You got to address them as business people.
And if you think, NerdCity definitely thought he was being more than that.
Whatever, because
yeah.
I accidentally muted you guys instead of myself.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry.
said so many good things.
You did.
Chat will never hear.
I know.
I'm so sorry. I'm stupid. Some shit happened, but I will say so. Yeah. Nani said the most important thing was, "Hey, I was just." No, guys, leave me alone. Why?
Streamer once. We leave him in charge of one time.
Stop. No, there is no echo. Don't
no, it shouldn't be an echo.
Don't say that. No, don't say the echo. Listen, I made them all think their shit was broken.
The E word.
Oh, fuck me. Listen, guys, still baby streamer. Baby streamer.
Hey, chat, do you guys hear Belgian on the stream?
I fuck off.
It's not on my end. I don't know what you.
I hear him on mine. I just want to make sure. Chat, do you hear
him? Wait, do you guys hear an echo? Because Q says that he's.
Wake up.
Hold on.
Oh, because Q's saying that he hears an echo, and I would have to pull it up. But this is the what it was. No echo? Question mark. Okay, I've never heard of this person. Fuck off! What are you people doing? Listen.
You.
Why am I being Xylee? Hello. Hey, Xylee.
Why am I still getting hate?
Okay.
Xylee.
Hello. Hi. Resident when Falgi muted people, it came back with an echo. Maybe on your end because nobody else is saying it. Oh my lord. Yeah, he really should have had a serious conversation with his co-hosts. Just have a serious conversation. You can have that. You guys, fuck off. We aren't doing this. Do not gaslight me.
Mike muted.
Do not fucking gaslight me right now.
Girl boss.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can see how this should never have been. This should never have been public. This like, yeah. I can't look at chat right now. You guys are fucking me up. Hi, Laura.
This should have been like a private thing. Just hey guys, I'm sorry things are not working out. We have conflicting interests, or our interests don't actually line up with each other. I think it might be best if I had a different way. That should have been it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it should have been different. It had to have been different. I don't want to fucking see this fact.
And if he's able to type out all this stuff in his rage comments on Reddit, surely he can type out something shorter when talking to his co-host.
Not even just that. You're on phone with them. Just have a conversation. Just fucking talk to each other. Hi, baby.
Yeah, the fact that they don't have like a set, not a schedule, but like topics in mind to cover either. Or I guess when Nerd did, and then whatever the drama of the week for Pyro, whoever else. But the fact that they didn't have like a discussion ahead of time and deciding going forward of what everybody decided they want to do, or if they did decide on this and then they get to it and then they decided that this wasn't for them, or some topics aren't as interesting or others. But it just seems like it's the audience issue with NerdCity, and then on Pyro's end he just didn't have too much to add in Nerd's topics. And that's okay. You can just dip, or you guys can restructure, or you can do whatever you guys need to. I don't want to see a breakup letter.
Yeah. I don't want to see this shit on my timeline. I don't need it. I legitimately don't need it on my timeline. I mean, thanks for the
cute rats on my timeline.
I mean, thanks for the content, but I guess. Yeah, but it's like this is my thing. My whole thing is that if you are, how do I say this? If you are creating a podcast with people, I'll say this: we are a very small fucking broadcast. We have business meetings. We had a legit business meeting. I wanted to talk about it because it's very important to me, because we are all friends and I want to maintain a friendship. And even if you aren't friends with somebody, you should still maintain a business relationship with people that is positive. Even if you leave on quote unquote bad terms, or you leave, just be positive about it.
Yeah, for example, it's always been us three.
Yeah.
Always. There's
never been a fourth.
Never, ever.
There was never a different person.
Never.
Another
I know.
additional
I know. On episode like 500,069. Yeah.
I turned 20, I was like, oh my god, I'm old. And now I'm 27, and it's like 20 is like 7 lifetimes ago. But yeah, Nerd saying there that he lashed out at me publicly and privately, because basically it was this negative loop of like, I didn't really want to like stop. It's not that I didn't want to stop it. How do I put this in the right way? I felt like if I went around banning anyone that was talking about Nerd, then it would make the situation worse.
Hey Pyro, just passing by, but I've really been enjoying your streams and binge watching your analog horror reactions. Love you, champ.
Thank you, Ashcore, for the 20. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I feel like if I went around banning everyone with a big hammer that was talking smack about Nerd, I feel like it would have just made like a Streisand effect where it just makes everything worse and worse and worse and worse. And then there was other situations like the DAP meme. If you don't know, Nerd has an NFT.
Xylee, I was just about to say ignoring everything that would have by ignoring it in a way, you're not addressing it. You're not having issues with it. It's essentially what you're doing is focusing on how you move through it, because those people who are constantly not being fed the attention either will be outed by the community. You aren't, and that's the thing. They'll either be outed by the community themselves, or
they'll get bored.
That's exactly what it is.
But Nerd can't let it go. We've seen last time we saw all of his Reddit posts or in all of his YouTube comments or whatever, like he just does not let that shit go.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to.
If I've seen something, like just a single trend with every stupid drama, is staying quiet is your best friend. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Nerd could have just stayed quiet, and none of this would have happened.
That's exactly
somewhat related, but Mr. Beast's lawyer apparently sent Dogpack a cease and desist. So staying silent would have been so much better.
Not even just
So that's happening now.
It's not even just staying silent. I think what it is that you have to in this kind of regard with a drama like this, with a drama like this, I think one of the biggest things and one of the ideas that I look at is you had co-hosts. You could have had a discussion. If you did not like the discussion and you did not like the outcome of that discussion, you then evaluate if you want to be there, but not publicly. Don't air that out publicly. Don't bring in your mod into the fucking Discord. Like that is a bad idea. And if you aren't happy with
short-sighted,
it's not even just short-sighted. If you're not happy with the mod team that you currently have, listen, you're all big enough YouTubers. You could have fucking hired a better mod team. Like that's where I kind of get a little weird with this, is like, if you were unhappy with the mod team, you should have had a conversation with them. You should have had a conversation with how do you guys move forward, and they should be involved in those talks. That's just like, that's how you control, and that's not necessarily control. That's how you create a healthy Discord. There are some people have Discords where they don't have the topics at hand inside the Discord because it's a safe space. That's all you need to do. There was no confidence. Yeah. Worst case scenario is just change your mod team if you're unhappy with it.
He could have even just left the Discord if the comments were bothering that much.
Well, that was the thing. He did leave the Discord. Then he came back.
I know.
And that's the whole thing. Like, you could have just left the Discord.
He just doesn't let it go.
Of course not.
Called Dead Avatar Project, or like DAP for short. And when you buy an NFT, you mint it, right?
Oh, the God.
So then this entire meme started of like, someone donated to my stream basically saying, Dappy want mint. And I found the statement so hilarious because of how ridiculous it was. I burst into laughter on stream, and then it just became like a whole meme of Dappy want mint. So that's where the Dappy want mint meme came from. Nerd had an NFT called Dead Avatar Project. And Dead Avatar Project, for sure, is DAP. So, yeah.
Getting some
But
lore.
yeah, people just started like, saying,
Well, yeah. He'd be helping us out with the lore. Even though we covered this,
Thank
it's
you,
funny.
Pyro.
Right.
Shout out to Pyro.
Yeah, shout out to Pyro. Pyrocynical. Fast shout out.
I checked in with the animation team, and they want a little bit more time. And also, one of the editors on Darkwood is on break because the project is just so goddamn strenuous. But we're nearly done with Darkwood. We're like 90% done.
Darkwood, I think, is like an analog horror project that he's working on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's furry related. God only knows.
Is he a furry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's why I see where the donos are coming from. I see.
He also
I'm caught
used
up.
to be into fart porn.
He's not just a furry, though.
No,
Not just a furry.
Why?
Shout out to Cat for the lore.
Little cat for the lore.
So, this was a while ago. Turns out that when he was like 16 or some shit, he was cringe, and that's it. And also, I think he
sin of being cringe.
Yeah.
Cannot come back from that.
I do know about the inflation porn.
Yeah, I mentioned TF2 Pyro a little earlier.
So Darkwood is apparently a top-down survival horror game. Very good and highly recommended. Okay. Hey, I'm down for it. I don't play a lot of horror games just because I personally find the jump scare aspect of games to be boring. Oh, you have his Gamer Subs cup, that's arrived. Hey, listen, Gamer Subs, I know that we're not very famous, but we can be, and I would love a cup. But that's not the point.
We will put Cloudy and Nani on a bottle.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. We will get... No.
I wanted to be the marketable waifu with Greg.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's round 2. We'll be second round.
Yeah. We'll be the second round. I will take the sexy pics, and so they can just kind of like do all of that. Natsar says, "Oh no, that's the best part. There are no jump scares. It's all atmospheric horror. It's so." I'll look at that later because that's my whole thing. I like older games because it's all atmosphere and not necessarily relying on jump scares. Jump scares have a place in time. Totally fine with them. I am not scared easily. Eve, I'll tell you this right now. If you want to make GamerSupps mugs of us or sexy poses of us, I am down. I'm all for it.
Yes.
Oh, he's consenting on all of our behalfs. I see.
I am consenting on all of our behalfs. It's just with Cat, it's interesting because he's a dog.
Yeah.
Cat dog.
The last
Cat
10% is worse than the 90%
Cat dog.
putting the videos together.
Will eventually change to a human.
One day.
I just need to get my drawing tablet to work again.
What else did he say? Do I actually have dyslexia? Like, I can't read any of this. Okay, I got up to there. But obviously, criticizing Pyro isn't even going to fix his fat, smelly subreddit or his belching, gaseous Discord. And it also wasn't fair to place the blame on Pyro's big, sweaty moves. The state of To Be Honest actually isn't any particular host's fault at the end of the day. It's the result of the decisions we all made, and it's equally been my doing too. I, for one, could have been uploading more and balancing the scale in our listeners. So, in one manner of speaking, it was Pyro's prolific upload schedule that kept To Be Honest in business at all. And I mean, again, he's just saying, like, I brought in the most amount of viewers, which is true. Like, you can't, like, Nerd does these amazing videos that take, like, months and months to make, and then I'm just putting out slop, actual content mill, daily. So it's not, it was never going to be fair in the first place. So I should be thankful for him for pulling his weight. I feel there's a fat joke there. As most will already know, Pyro takes a different approach to his communities than many YouTubers do. He eggs his fans on to act like they hate him. You guys don't hate me, right? And then he acts completely unflappable when they tell him to kill himself. But I haven't built that relationship with the internet. And to be honest, trademark, I'd rather not have that one. I don't like...
McName. There is no rule of not mentioning things that aren't stream related. If you guys want to have conversations inside of the chat, by all means. I as long as you guys keep it civil, I don't give no shits.
If it becomes an issue, we'll address it then.
Pyro manages to thrive in.
Yes, I will find you. I have a particular set of skills.
So all things considered, I don't see a path forward where I can be useful to this show. Thank you.
Stop trademarking. Yeah, exactly.
Philo for joining. I'll still be hanging around in the server channel if anyone wants to reach out to me. I'm going to remain in the Patreon Discord, and I can still talk if anyone wants me to. But in the near term, instead of recording new episodes, I'm going to turn my focus back onto making new videos for YouTube and finishing some larger projects I started that are moving too slow. Now and then, if I have a good topic, I might record an audio stream for Nerd Suburbs and then cross-post it on Twitter. I'm looking forward to uploading again, and I thank you to everyone who supported, To Be Honest, on Patreon. I'm grateful that it gave me the chance to entertain you. If you're subscribed to NerdCity, I aim to have interesting videos to show soon. And then Colossal did a little update here. For Pyrocynical viewers, they're too fat to read. Nerd will be leaving podcast as a host. He will be staying on the Discord as a mod. He'll be handing over the channel to someone, me most likely. Nerd and Dolan will be making official To Be Honest subreddit, so discussion can stay there and it doesn't float over to Pyro's one. I have a list.
So it seems like Nerd is staying involved with the podcast in a way that is more producerial at this time than as a host. Which, honestly speaking, is a fine idea. Like, again, this didn't have to be the way it was. This was just stupid.
Honestly, this is just me. But after, like, my co-host, like, if I were in Pyro's shoes and someone did that, I don't know if I would even want them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But that's just me being harsh. How can I trust you? And the relationship's already ruined. I think, well, can't say ruined, but you understand.
I think one of the things is Nerd does express that he is bowing out gradually and slowly. So I think that's one of the things that we have to look at is that if he's going to be doing that, if he's going to be moving forward and he's bowing out slowly, then that's okay. We have to make sure that that is what he's doing. Like, he has to make sure that that's what he's doing. He's doing it for himself. I am not going to shit on him if he's doing it for himself. That is a completely different story. But you gotta be fucking cautious about that, because if he has another meltdown moment, because there's a video that comes out after this that's not that great, that doesn't make him look good, it can get worse. And we'll get into that.
Server, most will be unbanned. If you're not on the list, unlucky. Nerds leaving is fully amicable and there's zero bad blood. We'll be installing a $500 Patreon tier where those members will have the ability to ban whoever they personally don't like. The last one wasn't true. Time out for pigs, sadly. I kind of do wish the last one was true. We make so much money off that.
Also, when will you do a video on the FEL
let me see if there's anything else.
A video on the Fear series? I'd love to do that at some point. Mayor Bro for the 10. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He is leaving the podcast. We're still mates. He's going to stay in as a mod and stuff like that. But yeah, I think he wanted like a more serious audience that like respected his discussion. And then my audience is known for literally just shit posting. Like, I think the nicest post I've ever seen on the Pyrocynical subreddit is someone telling me to kill myself.
All right, Brooker, we'll see you later, buddy. But I think that this
Good night, Brooker.
This something is really interesting, and I do want to like highlight this. It's very clear that Pyro comes out looking like the most hinged person in this, because they're all friends. If Pyro is to be believed, they're all friends, and they're just trying to kind of keep it calm and cool and cooperative. It's very clear that Nerd wanted a more serious podcast, but he didn't understand how to portray that to his co-hosts. I don't know. How do you guys feel with this addressing video? I always pause on the worst fucking possible thing.
I feel like he's too like laid back about the whole thing. Like, if I was in his place, I wouldn't understand the whole. I wouldn't understand the whole situation. But I feel like if somebody in that situation, if a co-host posted that just on the main Discord, and this is like, I don't know if this is how he found out or if this is just how he wanted to address the community about it, I feel like that's a step too far. Like, you can just say, thank you for letting me be a part of this. Creative differences. I'm going to dip. I'm still going to be part of mod. And honestly, I don't think he should be in that stay in the server and still be mod. I feel like he just wants to be around and see if people are still going to mention him so that he can ban him. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. It's such a weird. Like, if he's going to leave. Like, if he doesn't want to be a part of it, get out of there. Like, and I don't know what the transition period of him leaving has to do. Like, he doesn't have to be there. So why does he want to stay there? If he doesn't want to be there, why is he staying there?
I think if I had a conjecture, I would say that I think Pyro being calm is a positive thing, not just because this is the example of understanding what happens when two people have creative differences. But I think something else too is how we look at how this plays out. Because in my mind, if they are staying friends, Pyro remaining calm and even addressing his audience's like limitations, right? He's not saying that like Nerd is being bad because he's conflicting with his audience. He's saying, yeah, Nerd wanted a very different podcast style that we weren't doing. He wanted the podcast to be a much different thing. What this does is it diffuses the drama, it diffuses the fire, and it allows him to just move on and kind of go forward with it. Nani, Kat, how you guys feeling?
So the biggest thing is the podcast consists of Pyro, Nerd, Colossal, and I think it's Dolan Dark.
Mm-hmm.
Dolan is a meme channel, or used to be. I don't know anymore. Colossal uploads maybe once a year if you're lucky, and Nerd takes months to produce a video. The reality is, Pyro uploads almost daily, so it's kind of obvious that he's like the people that watch him would be showing up the most.
Yeah, that's a really good, like, again, that's a really good point. Like, I know that some people were slightly upset because of the fact that Nerd doesn't upload enough, and a lot of Nerd's fans are waiting for him to upload. So it is a really interesting thing. And Nani, how are you feeling?
I mean, I don't have like any qualms or like super criticisms of how Pyro handled the situation in terms of like at least the video. Like the response he put out was just fine. You know, it's good that he just like dumbed it down. It wasn't even dumbed down, but it was like simple. We just had like different views and so on and so forth. But again, I just don't like the idea of him doing more or just being involved. Like you've seen how like shown himself to you that if there's something happens that makes him upset, he is going to bring hell to you guys. And then I'm sure his past history might have come to light. And now I'm going to put an asterisk in that. You know, I'm if someone's like genuinely grown and changed as a person. I've gone to therapy. Like, you know, if he had shown change, then surely don't like keep him off the podcast for that. But as we've seen, he's had this pattern of behavior for a while. He's already shown what he's going to do when he's really upset, and we've already seen that he's not good at communicating.
Right.
What if there's something else? Like the producing is still producing, even if he's not actively talking. What if something else happens?
I think something really interesting, and we'll talk about what if something else happens. Something really interesting is that even if he's producing and he's involved, it seems like they are trying to maintain a level of friendship, and they're trying to maintain what is going on between everybody and trying to keep it all copacetic. And it's really interesting that we say that because something else did happen. So after this, this video came out 6 days ago. So after this,
pretty much right after we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
YouTuber D'Angelo Wallance on their second channel, D'Angelo, if I remember correctly, that's their second channel name. Let me double check.
Yes.
Yep.
So 3 days ago, D'Angelo Wallance put out a video in regard to the whole NerdCity drama. And what this was investigating was a lot more of what Nerd's commentary was towards his fans and other things like that, because we touched it a little bit. He was in Reddit posts.
Yes.
And specifically, this was an interesting tidbit. Technically, NerdCity called out D'Angelo a while ago, because when we went through the NFT thread, he used the D'Angelo Wallance clip and showed that they showed that D'Angelo Wallance was discussing just like NFTs and how they do things like that. Yeah, D'Angelo was bewildered, and we'll get to it. So let's get into this. Has got to be the most fun. Really, you're gonna do this to me?
Yeah.
You're gonna content cuck me?
No, I just wanted to finish your sandwich.
Oh, you can finish my sandwich anytime, baby.
I'm really hungry.
If I had to sum up today's video in a single word, it would be. If I had to sum up today's video in a single word, it would be embarrassing.
Let's speed him up.
I know it's not easy taking an L. I mean, actually, I don't even know what taking an L feels like, because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. But I've seen people lose, and I empathize. But what we have in today's video is like an instruction manual for how not to handle losing something. In this case, like the majority of your core fan base. This YouTuber is the epitome of a sore loser. But before we get into that, welcome. My name is D'Angelo, and I am your professor of mythological cartography, which is a very real degree that I definitely do have. Or maybe I'm just broadcasting myself talking in my room.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I love speeding up videos. I am so sorry for the chat, but the speeding up videos is so good. Listen, let D'Angelo say their stuff. Do I like the intro? No, but let D'Angelo say what they want to say.
This NerdCity situation that you may not have even heard of, because I feel like it almost happened in a vacuum. But every now and then I see a scenario that is just so incredible for all the wrong reasons. The world just has to know about it, and that's exactly what we have here. I am a certified yapper, but I'm not quite a debate bro. I don't really have the best debate skills of all time. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only recent argument I've had is when Dave suggested he should be sitting here in the chair and I should be standing behind him delivering this video. And sure, I may have won against an inanimate object, but maybe I wouldn't have done the best in a real debate. And yet something tells me literally anyone could have handled this scenario better than NerdCity. So today you will be receiving a dramatic reading of what is undoubtedly the most unhinged YouTuber meltdown I have seen in a while. What I find funny is it doesn't even require that much backstory for you to understand the context. All you really need to know is this guy, NerdCity. He's a YouTuber. He has almost 1 million subscribers.
The glasses do throw me off. I ain't gonna lie. How do I say this like politely? Yeah, I don't like them.
Glasses.
It's so old. I understand why. I understand it's the character, but maybe update the character's look. It's weird because he has multiple. Because like the whole thing.
It's a new aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a very old aesthetic.
It's hard to brand change. Oh, I see what you're saying. If that's like what he said.
Yeah, it's the old stuff is coming back again, essentially.
Well, I mean, he's been
everything old is new.
He's been on the platform for a long
fashion
time.
Trends.
Yeah, the fashion trends. Yeah.
Oh,
They come in cycles.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, D'Angelo's fashion, good on them. I cannot pull this off.
D'Angelo.
Yeah. Oh no,
It's
no. Well,
coordinated.
Skelly was saying.
I thought
something.
you're talking about NerdCity.
No, I am talking about NerdCity.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm lost.
No. I do like D'Angelo's videos. I just was like, hey, intro's good, just a little bit too long.
But I think he actually used to have a bit more than this. So like you can see from like the spikes when he posted a video, at the bottom shows the views going up, but the top one kind of shows the subscribers going down. So what is he posting that has people kind of just gradually drifting away? He's made videos about like breaking down demonetization, calling out influencers like Jake Paul, who obviously deserve it, though maybe criticizing women online in a series called Thought Patrol kind of shows not all of this content is the best, but he really
I
started to lose
forgot the fucking name is Thought Patrol. Oh,
He just told
Lord help me.
he just called us a Twitch thought. Yo, can we
Oh,
copy strike
no.
Cutie Pie?
Oh God, help me, please.
Thought Police.
Thought Police, please.
people when he came back after a long hiatus in a video where he's calling out people for like trying to sell NFTs to their audience, which he ends by selling NFTs to his audience, these quote unquote ethical NFTs.
So that was a big thing with the Dead Avatars project. Was he thought he could create a positive influence on the NFT market. In the last stream, we went through the fucking way too long Twitter thread that he had created, which was
did we finish it? I don't even think we finished it.
We finished it to a degree where I said, fuck this, I'm not reading this anymore.
Yeah, we got to the end of my thread. We got to the end of my rope.
Yeah, I didn't even read the whole thing.
Well, because
I just put it on the dock and went along my day. You think I read all of everything that I compile?
Yeah. No.
Surprisingly, no.
We wouldn't be able to get to everything.
Yes, Killjoy.
No,
NerdCity would ban you for your Catboy PFP. But no, that was a big thing where it was a very weird thread. It was a very how do I say this? Schizo post thread, because it's outlining everything about NFTs, why the Dead Avatar project was failing, but didn't really highlight what, because it was after the fact. It was after the fact that the NFT had come out or had released. And one of the things that I critiqued it was, you're blaming the Marxist creators, quote unquote, that are talking about the NFTs, but you're not blaming any of the people who take advantage of NFTs, take advantage of crypto rug pulls. And it was a very weird dynamic to see. It was
and the Twitter thread was structured in a way for him. I'm sure it made sense or was understandable when you read it, but reading it when we were going through it, it was almost like nonsense. Like the structure of the Twitter thread did not make sense either.
It felt like he was having a manic episode.
But the thing, he had like pictures to go with everything, which means he had it set up ahead of time. Like there's no way that he would just tweet, take 10 minutes to grab. I go, maybe. I guess so. I don't know.
As you were saying,
everything, like D'Angelo calls himself a yapper, but it's Nerds fucking City. Every single thing we see is just paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, and even I am like, this guy needs to stop before he gets carpal tunnel syndrome. Like
actual Reddit posting.
Yeah. I think what it was too is that it was just a lot of semantics Andying, and it was just a lot of, I need to over explain myself, because like there are those people in the world
superfluous.
Superfluous is a very good way of looking at it. He needs to over explain. He needs to expand, because the expansion of thought is how you will understand.
The more information, the more right he is.
But that's not always the case, because people don't like do that. People don't understand that. Like it's not, you have to explain it to the lowest denominator of your audience. If you cannot do that, you can't get it done. Getting back into it.
People were like, I'm really hoping this is an elaborate joke or a prank. Bold of you to still do your NFT project after the market has completely crashed. Pointing out that ethical NFT is a bit of an oxymoron, and most sane people would not buy an NFT if someone told them to at gunpoint. And seeing as the video before that was also shilling NFTs, but it was just kind of stuck at the end, so I don't think it caught as much flack. Even as far back as 3 years ago, people were disappointed to see NerdCity just dive into this crypto-flavored downward spiral. And 10 months ago, someone said...
That's something interesting too.
Yeah.
His audience wasn't happy.
Yeah,
Like, his audience not being happy with him doing this because he made an entire video about how bad the NFT market was and how bad, like, e-commerce was being used. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that?
Dude's gonna be in a controversy in 6 months, I guarantee. And I don't know what kind of crystal ball that commenter like looked into. 5 months after that, somebody posts this thread where they're just promoting one of NerdCity's new videos. And 1 month afterwards, NerdCity joins the thread and just freaks out on everybody. So let the dramatic reading commence. There was a time where I'd have been excited for an hour-long NerdCity video. Yeah, I just felt discomfort from the notification. Maybe I'll watch later, who knows? And to this reply, we have Reddit user Paging Dr. Downvote, who is NerdCity, and said, I wish you weren't lying and you actually felt discomfort. How can I increase your actual pain? You can cash out.
What a
I know how you feel. It is I that know what you're actually feeling.
What a fucking dumbass. Why the... Oh, I hope my audience feels pain. What do you mean, I hope my audience feels pain? Bro, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what the fuck are you saying? That's stupid. That's moronic.
I don't think that's the type of audience you want, bro.
But it's not.
Honestly,
I don't think that's your style.
actual Redditor
saying,
behavior.
pay me $200 to speak to you would be painful.
Oh my god.
Unfathomably based. Money.
Yeah, he's on the grind. He's baking.
Yeah, he's on that grind. He need that money. He need that money.
Me $200 to continue this conversation. Maybe that'll hurt. I'm a bit out of the loop on NerdCity. What exactly did he do? To which NerdCity answers for himself. As you can see, nothing, but not bow down to the cowards who dogpile people and pretend everyone is a Nazi for doing something a little baby sheep didn't like. Think for yourselves. What a pathetic mob. So if you're wondering why we're suddenly discussing Nazis, whereas the NFTs was like the most visible thing that people knew about NerdCity, there was also the minor detail that, as this person says, he now calls the very things he showed support for at one time woke. So this thread isn't just the story of a man defending himself and trying to beat the NFT allegations. This is the story of one individual fighting back against the entire woke mob.
Why?
People discussing
Okay.
month-old Reddit thread.
All the woke mob. You're the woke mob. I'm the woke mob. Chelsea is the woke mob too. Everyone's the woke fucking mob.
Listen,
No one understands what the woke mob is.
This is a thing that
What
always...
is it?
This is a thing that always frustrates me when we get into this kind of conversation. I don't... Listen, woke mob, whatever. I'm not going to get the fuck into that. But one of the things that always bothers me about this conversation is that people can be detractors of you on any side of the political spectrum. Because the way that NFTs specifically have a terrible name. You don't need to be right-wing or left-wing to know that. Most of the people who actually go into it are just looking for fucking rug pulls. That's what this fucking shit is. Like you can't blame CoffeeZilla for like killing the NFT market or killing the crypto market. No, because they're doing it themselves. It is always the same time, guys. It's always the same fucking thing. It's the people who are fucking making projects and then fucking taking all the money out of it. Like, it's infuriating. Don't blame a specific, like, fucking esoteric group of people. Blame your contemporaries.
Yes, CoffeeZilla destroys everything, every single thing, because everyone in the crypto space, every single one knows about CoffeeZilla. Every single one.
But this is the thing, too. This is where NerdCity is having this moment of, but I'm making something that's ethical. It's ethical, guys. I'm telling you, it's really fucking ethical. If you are making something that is ethical, show it. Don't tell, show. You need to show how it's ethical, show the pay differentials for artists, who the artists are, have artist testimonies. Those are the things you should be doing. I shouldn't have to fucking read a 45 tweet thread on nothing. It's absolutely bullshit. It's absolutely nothing. I shouldn't have to fucking look there. And you shouldn't be fucking yelling at your audience.
The environment?
Listen.
Like, there are people that are concerned about the environmental aspects of this. I think you would know about that too. I'm sure that wasn't addressed at all.
Well, he said it was
so
fake.
I just lost another part.
All he said in that tweet thread is that the environmental protection purposes was fake. That was like the shit, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, whatever. What? Like, okay, so you're saying it's fake. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can't argue with you if you are telling me that you think it's fake. But like that's my whole thing is like, you need to be able to to portray yourself and portray your ideas in a way that is marketable for your fans. You have to do that. If you don't do that, no one's gonna understand you. And you look like a fucking asshole arguing with every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry on the fucking platform. Fucking faceless people. I say this all the time. You do not need to argue with faceless people on the internet. Make a fucking video about it. Make a fucking video. Like, I don't understand. You have a platform, use it.
And so people, like maybe you are right now, were also totally blindsided by the whole woke thing, and they were like, I should never have any attachment or respect or admiration to any YouTuber I watch from now on. His analysis and editing used to be so good. Don't get attached to friends or family or your own reputation.
Rena, we do not. Why you do this to me? Harry Dick? Really? It's just the fucking Harry Dick. Harry Dick.
Your facts, sis.
Listen. Keep that shit trim and shaved. Keep it trim and shaved.
Either, says NerdCity. For an ideology, all must be purified and liquidated, comrades. You doing okay, NerdCity? I'm sorry, there are so many replies on here that are like really heated, but it's just these little short ones that are like, bro, are you good? That really take me out. And what's so funny about the people in this thread asking things like, ever figure out what he did? They genuinely wanted to know, like, why are people upset? And then you get answers like, you know, he got really into NFTs. And even in the comments that are only about NFTs, he's responding like, do you struggle with nuance in every subject? It's just all binary to you? What about genders? I bet you understand that spectrum.
Oh my
no?
God.
How can NFTs be bad if there are also more than two genders is the logic we're going with here. Did your Reddit get hacked?
Genders.
If it's actually you should be aware. Posting 14
guys, they don't like my fucking skulls because of the gender wars. It's the gender wars, people.
Minutes on a month-old thread is not healthy behavior. Tell your wife you love her or something. I'm sorry, I think your NFT is lame. I'm sorry, tell your wife you love her or something is such a good line. We haven't gotten to my favorite line yet. I'm gonna like reveal that once we get there, but I want you to tell me which is your favorite.
Tell your wife I love you,
so
love her.
Here. You don't need to apologize to me for not wanting to buy an honest product from me, sold at an honest price. Everyone has their reasons. Bro is out here sounding like a martyr when he is literally just selling crypto online. You see though, our reason is that we think it's
also
stupid,
just not like your product.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people have done it much nicer than
The genders made people not buy my NFTs. Cloudy,
if that's the title of his next video, I'll watch it.
I'll pack watch it.
Gender's a social construct, so as he says, so his NFTs, by that definition, are also a social construct.
Well, that's
that you're going to bring people in. That's how you get the people in.
That is what pisses me off too.
Go.
What pisses me off too is he is looking at he's looking at this like people are, how do I express this? He's looking at this as people are a
take two. Use take two.
He's looking at people like it's a conspiracy theory, and that it's a conspiracy theory that he needs to solve. However, yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like this is what he was looking for. It's a conspiracy theory he needs to solve. There is no conspiracy theory. People are not out to get you specifically. It's what you're.
Just annoying.
It's what you're peddling, right? I don't like NFTs, right? I understand that there are some artists that can make money off of it. I know specifically that there was an artist that I followed on Twitter. His name is Boss Logic, and he does a lot of arts for a lot of movie posters and things like that, and promotional materials. And he did NFTs. I didn't support it. I don't like it, but I also realized that he, as the artist, is promoting his own NFT. I'm not gonna fight that. But
the obsessive girlfriend girl, she NFT'd her the meme and she made bank too.
Yeah, I mean, like, but I'm not gonna. But like, when it comes to here's a fucking here's a fucking hedge fund that hired an artist, underpaid the shit out of them, and then fucking machine learning everything else and got fucking things, right? Like, that's not the same. That is not the same as this. It's not fucking tech bros doing this.
I have, and you.
Oh, cool anime girls. I still don't get buying NFTs. You know what the worst enemy of any NFT market is? Copy and paste.
Get very angry about it. It's very funny. Oh, I get it. I know that you were fed your opinion already, and it's so uncomfy to change. Also, Dunning-Kruger is a thing. Maybe you know more than me because you watched some Marxist's bad faith video for a few minutes, or maybe I know more than you because I spent years on the subject. But I do get that you will always assume you know best. Oh, it didn't take long for Marxism to jump out. I feel like if Karl Marx knew that there are some people alive now whose working definition of Marxism is other people complaining about your NFTs on the internet, he would be rolling in his grave, or he would be rolling in our grave. So this person points out that NerdCity's crypto project didn't even work.
Celestina says, didn't someone download every single NFT at one point? I have no idea, but that would be
I don't think you could download every NFT.
I'm not
That'd be
sure
huge.
though.
That'd be a huge file.
Yeah.
You would need a huge hard drive.
Yeah, you need like a regular like terabyte you'd need like an offshoot like terabyte hard drive. Like it would have to be portable. Yeah,
and there's too many shitcoin NFTs that I don't think you could track every single one of them.
But like but that's like a really interesting point. Is like I know Seth Green lost his, and I know that OpenSea got hacked. Yeah, that was another thing. A lot of people.
Yeah,
these things got hacked. There was somebody in the Discord when we were talking to them. We don't have Discord. It was Diesel's Discord that was expressing that, hey, I was interested in NFTs. I am interested in NFTs, and I went into the NerdCity server and asked questions about safety, and I got poo-pooed answers. And basically, people started attacking me that I was asking a weird question. I don't believe in NFTs by any means necessary, but if you are like poo-pooing somebody who is basically saying, hey, can I understand the security measures that you've put in place to make sure that my NFT doesn't just get like stolen, and you don't have an answer for that, sounds like your project is going to fucking fail. Like, come on. Like, it's
womp, womp.
Like, it sounds like your project is, your project is being set up for failure.
It, quote, collapsed almost immediately. And they're kind of pointing out how the fact that NerdCity is continuing to promote it anyway is really just the sunk cost fallacy. In other words, it's that phenomenon where people think, oh, I've put so much into it, I can't abandon it now, but logically you would gain more by just letting it go. And so to beat the sunk cost fallacy allegations, NerdCity's unironic answer was...
also, NerdCity, if you see this, I'm going to tell you...
I hope he does. He won't.
If he does, he may love to.
You know what?
He may.
There's it's not a 0%.
There's a non-zero chance that he would see this. So
non-zero.
Okay, so NerdCity, I'm going to tell you something straight up from the dome. My brother-in-law started to try to get into NFTs. He was a marketing guy, and he wanted to get into NFTs. He was showing me all this shit, and
what's his name? Dox him.
And I warned him. Fuck off. I warned him in the most roundabout fashion. Hey, this is like, you're going to, like, I understand that you are creating this NFT. You're looking at, oh, I'm going to create this animal, and then we're going to create homes for them, and then like blah, 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 blah. Like, there was like a fucking 15-tier marketing system. You want to know what happened? He lost fucking money on it. He lost a lot of fucking money on it. Because he made some, but he lost because it's fucking gambling. At the end of the day, this is a gamble. And this is a gamble that nobody is winning. I don't understand why people thought that this was the horse that you want to hitch on. But if people have questions about the way that you're creating something and you don't like that questions, it sounds like you don't have an answer for it. And that sounds very insecure about your project. Your project, by the way, that you are telling people is for the people. It's for the artists.
Fail because it can never fail as long as I add value to it. And sure, it's totally not successful at all, but really that's just because he's so ethical with it. That's not my priority number one. I won't sacrifice my morals for financial optics, said the NFT salesman to the random Redditor. It didn't fail because it can never fail as long as I add value to it in response to someone mentioning...
Hold up, I'm gonna pull something up that Killjoy just sent me. Oh yeah, there's so many. This was an article from last September. One of the largest non-fungible.
Do you remember
the very first night of December?
Was it the 21st?
I don't know the words of the song.
We should know. We're American. We should know the song.
21st
night.
21.
Yeah. Also, a lot of Filipinos know that song too because it's one of the very famous songs to line dance to.
Good lore. Shout out to Falgi for the line dancing Filipino lore.
I dated a Filipino woman.
Shout out to Falgi for
you gotta shout out Falgi for just like, you know, yeah. So this is back in 2023 September. There was a hack that happened in last June. So it was at the time of this, it was June 2022, and it was a phishing account, and people lost their NFTs. I've heard that people have gotten their NFT wallets stolen. They lose the keys, and one of the things that happens when they lose their keys is they fucking lose it. They can't get them back. They have no ownership because there is no fucking ownership of it. And that's
also if people know your wallet ID, they could just put NFTs into your wallet.
Yeah.
And then if people have your ID and they put stuff in your wallet, you can if they can also like upload, I guess, like hacking software, and then you can lose your shit all like that.
Yeah,
that was
wild.
a problem for some celebrities. I know Seth Green lost his, but he's famous enough that they were able to roll it back for him to get his NFT back, which is crazy in concept for NFTs and crypto in general.
Yeah, it's a really weird thing. It was such a weird, like, yeah.
The sunk cost fallacy. This is the biggest lack of awareness I've ever seen. Holy copium. You're selling NFTs. What the hell do you mean you won't sacrifice your morals for financial gain? You already did it. So he's morally right because he's a complete failure and he's being canceled by the woke Marxist mob who are like mildly annoyed by his YouTube videos. But that is kind of just the beginning of the wild takes we're going to get from NerdCity in this video. This is how a stupid person talks, by the way. Watching a known YouTuber melt down in front of my eyes is way more entertaining than I thought it would be. To which this person has whipped out the popcorn. And you know what? Same. I'm having fun. I'm not ashamed to admit it, and I hope you are too. Imagine thinking NFTs are an honest product in the year of our Lord 2024. Bro, I got some tulips to sell you. Why is the YouTube drama subreddit a Marxist cope fest?
Yeah.
Oh my god, why the fucking Marxist? Please stop. I know we read it, and it was when we like it was so weird because it was like if you guys weren't here for the last stream, Nani had gotten us like direct screenshots from the DAP Discord, and it was just wild seeing. Yeah, DAP Minty Mint. It was just wild because that's all this was, and it was other people saying the same shit. It's insane.
Cope's was fighting back. So NerdCity claims he found the thread because he googled his name to search for a meme he made. I'm reading all these lame lies. Are you thrilled? You did it, Reddit. This is actually unhinged.
Why are you googling your name?
And your brain become as stagnant as your subscriber count? Clearly something must not be working. What would you think I prioritize subscriber growth? Proof you don't understand me at all. He's too good of a person to make money in his business. He's just too good of a YouTuber to actually gain subscribers. He loses them every time he uploads, and we just don't understand him. Like, this perpetual victim mentality is genuinely stunning to me. And so NerdCity calls this person a loser, to which they respond with just the worm emoji by itself. And this is the part of the video where I actually want you to stop.
Cool Anime Girls. Yeah, we'll do a stream tomorrow. I'll find a topic.
Guess what's about to be said. So people are flinging insults back and forth. One person's a loser. That person says you have a worm in your brain. So what do you think NerdCity's comeback is? What is the worst possible thing he could accuse this person of being? You got your answer. You've locked it in. Okay, throw that away because I promise you did not guess correctly. Cat owner spotted.
No, it's the cats. No.
Yeah.
Why?
I saw this video and I knew exactly why he said that. Like it. But I feel like to anybody else who doesn't understand the cat gif issues that NerdCity has, just watching this would think it's such an insane. It is an insane thing to say,
but
it's
so wild.
Far removed from sanity. Now that we're even more steps further away from the origin of why he's calling somebody a cat owner.
It's so fucking insane. Why is this the hill that you die on? Hating the cats. Why is it still a hill?
What the cats ever do to you?
It's not even just that. It's just like I get it. You're unhappy with cat memes. Okay? Who gives a shit?
You think it's going to make things any better? Yeah. People are just going to be like, oh, he gets annoyed. We're getting a reaction out of him. Let's fucking go.
One of the
things,
they're
going to do it more.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that we didn't cover, and I forgot to cover it because we didn't really look at it. All of these posts he found months after the threads were done.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Googling your name months after the threads are done just to shit on people. Shit on your audience.
I don't think he even paid attention to the time. I think he just, that's the night he did it.
Yeah.
And then found everything. Yeah. And I don't know, drunkenly responded to all these people. And then randomly people are getting messages at 3 a.m.
My man thought he was Kira from Death Note fucking that night that he fucking writes in the fucking Death Note where he's eating like the potato chips and he's laughing.
Taking the potato chip and eating it?
Take the potato chip.
He's 100% doing it. Yeah, oh my god, that's so insane.
NFTs and being like a weird conservative
now
online.
The bastard wants to go outside.
Understand how long I just sat and stared at this reply. What could he possibly mean? I looked it up. I tried to find context. Like, what does cat owner mean to NerdCity? That is so negative. He thinks it's a good reply. And so the conclusion I came to, and this is just me trying my best to understand, apparently NerdCity has a thing with like people who own cats.
Hey, Nav,
like,
welcome to the stream.
In somebody's Discord where like it was him versus a bunch of cat owners. And so now cat owner is in his lexicon as a legitimate insult. And the only thing that is funnier to me is the fact that the only response to this comment is someone posting a photo of their cat. Just the idea of this YouTuber with like almost 1 million subs being on this perpetual
fucking amazing
cat owners and getting terrorized by random cat pictures on the internet.
That's a cat.
Giving like an SNL skit. NerdCity, you are so unserious. I'm sitting here trying to figure out who's going to play you on Saturday Night Live. So one of the people that NerdCity replied to in this thread checked out his comment history and saw that it was just all this. You get pleasure from endless purification.
Fucking imagine that you took the day to fucking answer everything in one fucking day. Do you know how insane that is? Do you understand the level of just crazy stupidity that he's doing right now? I can't even imagine what he thinks this is.
I don't know why people aren't telling him. I don't know why close people aren't telling him to stop.
Yeah, that's the. You know what it is? I think close people.
I don't think he has any close people.
I don't think he has anyone. I don't think he has anyone.
This is my thing. He either doesn't have anybody, or more importantly, he has people, but the people around him are like sycophants.
Aren't online and don't know.
Aren't online or they're sycophants. They believe that what he's doing is right because he's probably saying, "Oh, I'm just going to do it one day." That's fine, but you're answering what?
100 people in one day.
Yeah, tens of posts.
They might also his friends, whoever is around them. You know, this guy clearly is being a little fucking schizo. He's lashing out, doing this, this, and this. Who's there to say that people around him aren't actually not like scared? Oh my god! But I mean, would you want this guy yelling at you with how he's rambling? No.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I can understand that too.
And
you're not in the online sphere, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Cool Anime Girls brings up a really good point. If I was a fan, I would be pissed that he's spending time on this shit than making a video. I would agree. Like, I would be a little upset if I'm waiting for the next nerd video and all I'm seeing is drama after drama after drama after drama after drama, and it's constantly
if you're in the Patreon, and this is what he's getting up to. I mean, to one extent, I agree to that point. Yes, but you know, people take the time to make the content worth it. If he makes content that's worth it, I get that. But it you know, however he manages his time, personally, I would not do this, and I think this is a poor use of his time. Yes, he could be doing work, sure, but he could be doing anything else other than this, because this is not it.
This is not it. Yeah, and that's the thing. And again, like, I'm not sitting here and saying, it's a weird thing when we kind of go into this. I'm definitely not saying that he shouldn't have had these conversations or he can't address this, but you should, if that's the case, make a video addressing everybody, not just individuals. Don't single out people. Actually address comments, or do a single out people in a video. I don't know what to tell you, because people are going to find this, because we're currently, what is this? This is August. This has been going on since about May, June time. And so, like, it's just continuing. It's so weird.
So there's no one left.
We're going to come over and they're going to troll.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost as if the market for getting revenge is thirstier than the supply of suitable crimes. Also, if you were wondering what my favorite line was, this is it. It's almost as if the market for getting revenge is thirstier than the supply of suitable crimes. This man thinks he is like the main character of some psychological fantasy novel. I could not imagine taking Reddit comments from strangers that were made over 30 days ago this seriously. And so that person made a post showing like, I just got to reply to this month-old comment I left on the sub, and oh my god, this is so funny. Is this considered drama? And then y'all, NerdCity found this separate
Oh my
post
god,
and started arguing in
no!
the comments with people there as well. I would say I wish I was making this up, but I
No,
do not.
nerd,
This
stop,
is so
nerd,
funny.
stop!
This is amazing that this has happened. I haven't changed. People here are making up narratives to explain why they're feeling disconnected from a normal person.
Oh my
and
god,
an
he
ally
is
like myself.
actually-ing.
The answer is you all got sucked into leftist activism and nonsense witch hunts. And if you want to talk about being sucked into the discourse, people point out, NerdCity is the one who brought up trans people in the first place. You have been arguing on Reddit for hours. You are not
Everyone's
a
a
normal person.
leftist.
Brought up
And what
trans
is a
people.
leftist?
One track mind you all have. Isn't that one of the main frames of reference in the sub? What would be the problem with mentioning trans exactly? Mentioning trans is crazy. But yes, what's the problem? NerdCity wants to know. The problem is you are cringe and embarrassing. I guess NerdCity didn't appreciate being called not a normal person either. You're here. I agree that this subreddit is abnormal, but at least getting attention is my job. Is this a sexual humiliation thing for you? Like, does everyone here get you off? As if there's no difference.
Yo, the fucking humiliation kink mention. I fucking love it. Oh yeah, humiliation kink.
Between
No.
viewers discussing you in an online space meant to discuss YouTube videos, and a YouTuber with almost 1 million subs crashing in to tell everybody they're wrong.
No.
And also Marxists. So people who were not in the original thread were like, this literally cannot be real. Link the post, please. If this is real, this is insane behavior. Genuinely sad to see. Insane behavior is thinking you can lie in a public forum with other cowardly people, tittering words and exaggerations, and not be held.
This is the word salad.
I forgot he responded to this.
It's so insane. Why would you respond to the drama post? This is even worse. Like, yeah, respond to your own subreddit. That's fine. Going into another subreddit and fucking responding in that subreddit about you is insane. Especially it's you. Listen, r/YouTube drama doesn't always get everything right, and sometimes makes mountains out of molehills. But this is wild.
They aggregate everything though too.
Yeah. No, you're aggravating. Yeah, they're aggregating, but he's aggravating this.
Aggregates and
Yeah.
aggravates.
He really
my
thinks
new
he's
my
holding
next
people
D&D
accountable
session.
or doing anything other than just looking sad. You ever heard the phrase going out sad? This
like
thread just
play
needs to
D&D
be
again.
linked on that page
Yeah.
forever. These threads are big enough now that I'll keep coming and kicking your butts like my enemy.
Sorry guys.
I'll say it. This shit is insano in the fucking braino.
He said
Until
it.
one of your
Drink.
mods starts censoring me. You think responding to every comment that mentions you is kicking butt? Lol. I
Like
can't
last
believe I used to
night,
like your
can't
channel.
do
You've
it,
become everything you
Jen.
used to make videos on. Shame. Get some sleep. What is NerdCity doing here?
My
Embarrassing
God,
himself?
that's
I'm
so
letting the Liars
funny.
know I found their little Liars Club holding
The
an
Liars
accountable,
Club
might
one was
say.
funny.
One might say that one is you.
The
NerdCity, what
Liars
is going on
Club.
here? My brother
He
in
is the
Christ,
one.
do yourself a
He
favor
is
and
the
log
one.
off. Someone posted this meme. You can call me a loser in real life all you want, but in the gaming world, you're the loser. No way he's Googling his own name. And NerdCity was like, this den of liars was the page 1 result. We did it, Reddit. What has literally anyone lied about in this thread, though? Objectively, he was shilling NFTs and defending them. He was on this whole everybody I
Take
don't
care,
like is woke
Killjoy.
thing. And it's like, he's calling people liars while illustrating that he is in fact doing everything they're accusing him of. What transphobia, lol? Liar! Liar! This is him right now.
Oh my god.
I'm not reading a whole lot of correct stuff here. Kudos on not being one of the fantastical liars. And so when people once again illustrate that, like, dude, the fact that you are
It's
here
so-
right now is crazy. He
You know
started
what? You know what's really interesting? It's almost like when you kept using, like when you were calling people slurs in your Discord, in the TBH Discord, it wasn't a fucking good idea. Like, it's some dumbass behavior. Fucking dumbass behavior.
trying to spin it into, you're all just obsessed with me, and that's why you're surprised to see me here. That is a self-own every time you wimps say this. I'm supposed to feel lower for even seeing your post? Just be quiet if you're starstruck, darling. Thank you for another perfect example of a lie. Also, remember that one person who joked about NerdCity? Like, hey, send me $200. That'll really show me. They came to this thread as well, and they were like, if you move to this thread, I will continue my conversation with you, NerdCity, for $200. It clearly means a lot. To which NerdCity said, why do you keep talking about being paid by me? Do you have other people's money and fantasies about extortion in your
Yeah, no,
sub-episode
bro
today?
is not
a great
cooking.
look. Just let me know when you want
It's
that cash
like,
buddy.
this
Have a
is
good night in
why.
the meantime. They said, if it's not about money, I'm not trying to hear it. This is my
That
main
was
account. Why are you
not
all so
no,
surprised? I used to use
buddy.
Reddit all the time. You can't lie about me in public and then not potentially have me notice and kick your butt in 30 seconds. I always do this. You always do this. This is not the serve you
I
think it
always
is. Go
do
about the
this.
Reddit signal in the sky
Why?
When someone says something somewhat negative about him.
That's
What?
not
Why?
an
The
own
only
that
butt
you
you'll be kicking
think
will be your
it
own.
is.
Talk about how
Don't
embarrassing
own
this
people
behavior
this way.
is.
This is
I wouldn't
not
expect nerds to be
enjoyable.
going
It's
out
not
this sad in a
content.
random YouTube drama
That's
comment
not
section.
an
Also, really
own.
weird behavior to make it about non-binary people for no reason. No one is going out. I'm just horde mode replying to a mob of bullies. That's my prerogative when you lie
This
about me, and
reminds
it's
me.
not entirely.
Pause it. This reminds me of Ethan. Ethan is online. When
Oh,
how
yeah,
he was
yeah, yeah.
yelling at all of his chatters. Those several times. This is the exact same vibe.
Yeah, no, this is 100% like I'm insecure about what's going on. I have no
I'm not
way.
listening to what you're saying, but I'm picking everything apart and I am dissecting it, and I am going to reply to it, ignoring everything you're saying though.
Exactly. It's such a wild thing. Like I think what I see here is just someone who's really struggling to understand where the wheels have fallen off, because the wheels have fallen off the fucking ride by this point. I don't think he realizes it, but the fucking everything is falling apart, right? Like Natsurai says, I always think about the haters. You're always living in my head rent free. Get owned. You occupy too much of my mental real estate. Fucking Nerd City. God damn, that is so fucking true. Like that, this is just an insane fucking post. Like, what do you do? And also saying that you're horde mode replying, boy, you sound unhinged. You sound unwell. Have a therapist, please.
My fault if they're just a waste of my time. Where is the bullying? Okay, I guess that one person did say you had a parasitic worm in your brain. But other than that, where is the bullying? I'm hostile back if you're hostile to me, and I'm not afraid of bullies. Thread was total cancer, so I showed up and irradiated it. Surprise Pikachu face. Bro, what? What? My face is actually flushed, because I've been doing a good job putting like my secondhand embarrassment in a box.
Yeah, this is some Redditor shit.
Yes.
Yeah. This is
pure blood.
This is such pure blood. Hey, Eve, have a good night. Yeah, no, this is like fucking pure Redditor shit.
So I can read these with my full chest, but I'm running out of steam here. I think petty Reddit drama was beneath someone of your size on YouTube. Guess not. Nope. Okay, I guess he forgot to pretend like he was like fighting for his life against the woke mob, kind of acknowledging that this is just petty Reddit drama, aren't we? And someone tried to call out the person who posted the second thread, and they were like, seems like a waste of everyone's time to post this when you could just block the person and move on. To which they have a reply that I feel like cannot be argued with. Counterpoint. This is hilarious. And like in some ways it is funny, but it is also just so sad and weird. Like if he actually believes what he's saying, which is that anyone who's criticizing him is disconnected from reality due to how far left and extreme and vengeful they feel now, how far into the pipeline did you fall that you see politics in everything? Talk about a disconnection from reality. And then somebody made a post about all of this and put it on a completely different subreddit from the first one with the other two posts. And then NerdCity somehow found this third post on this completely different subreddit and started calling people liars there as well.
God damn, how many fucking posts? How many fucking posts you find?
A YouTuber once known for making what many considered to be good videos, who will now forever be known as the guy who was banning people from his Discord server for posting pictures of their cats.
I mean, so I knew some of these existed, but the reason I didn't really go over it is because I really thought the stuff that he was doing in the TBH Discord was a little bit more egregious. I still think it is. Banning people in the TBH Discord, bringing your own mod in, unbeknownst to your co-hosts, but this just paints the picture that like he was constantly growing more unhinged over a period of time, and he was never going to stop.
Controversy in 6 months, indeed. I saw speculation on the thread like, was he having a moment? Was this just a terrible day? But no, from what I can gather, he's pretty much just like that. And my verdict is, you literally could have just sold some hoodies. Like the rest of YouTubers, a little t-shirt with a logo on it. Like, why did any of this have to happen? Was it really worth throwing away any bit of respect you had on the internet for NFTs? I ask this rhetorically, knowing full well that the answer is no, but maybe I don't know anything at all because I am, after all, just part of the leftist woke mob. Guess I better put down the Communist Manifesto before my connection to reality is just severed forever. I only bought it because I just had to know what Marx thought about YouTubers and NFTs. But that's my take on the situation.
And I think D'Angelo did a really good job with this video. I think this video was really fucking good. But I think that's like, this is such a weird topic. This is such a weird fucking like why would you do this? The end of the story is there was no reason to do this. And this comes out after the apology, after that he says that he's taking a step, not apology, but his statement saying he's taking a step back, and other people are saying, hey, yeah, he's going to be involved. I'll be honest. After this and looking at this and having another video out like this, I would be like, hey, don't even mention that you're here. Let the heat come off of you. Because there's so much heat coming at you. Like that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think?
These weren't recent, right? These are
these were months ago. Yeah, these were months ago.
Good luck. He's out of the podcast for whatever that means, whatever the transitionary period is. If he's still gonna be mod, I don't think he's gonna. I think he's maybe they won't talk to him, or the community won't give him as much mention, so maybe he'll calm it down. We'll probably still hear that every now and then he'll go on a bender where he responds to people on Reddit or whatever it is. But until we get whatever his next video is, and whatever the topic of his next video is, and whatever the context and the content of his next video is, we're not going to have, unless he blows up somewhere else. I don't think there's much to say until that one. But I feel like his next video, if it's something that's the leftist woke mob is fighting me with all of their Marxism, and now YouTube is deplatforming me. If his next video is that, I think we're gonna have something to talk about. But he might come out with some other conspiracy. He might start just going full on conspiracy theory, and that might be his content for the rest of whatever. And then we'll look back and be like, hey, remember when NerdCity made this, proving YouTube is not situating the algorithm for LGBTQI plus content creators? We'll just think, remember when he used to make good content and now he makes this? I think we got to wait to see whatever that is going to be in the future. But until then, I think he's just gonna take it easy for now. Did my Discord die?
Your Discord didn't.
You're still here.
You're still here. Yeah, no, he's spurred on blowbacks for going on a cave. Yay, Medi, how you doing? Yeah, it's just very, very. It's a weird thing. Like, this was just a weird time in a weird video. Kat, what are your thoughts?
It is weird how obsessed he became with fucking Reddit, only to immediately have a meltdown because Pyro better.
Yeah, that's
no, Pyro bigger. Not. I don't know if he thinks Pyro.
Yeah,
better.
I wouldn't say that it's better, but he's like, oh, he bigger, and the reason he's bigger is because his community is ass. Is essentially what he's saying.
I don't know about you, but Nerd is striking me like a size queen.
Oh my god, you did! Wow, I can't believe you ever. Oh my god, you fucking called him us. Oh yeah. Again, this is why you don't take the internet seriously. If you're creating content on the internet, if that is what you want to do, and for Nerd, he was creating content for a period of time, and he grew unhappy with the Discord, right? I meant the Discord, the podcast, and the Discord.
Both the podcast and the podcast
technically,
Discord.
yeah. If he grew unhappy with all of these things, he should have taken a personal self inventory and recognized, what is this making me happy? If it's not making me happy, how do I either bow out or how do I transition? Because that was the biggest thing. He didn't transition into a producerial role at this time until everything blew up. That's fucking weird. Why would you allow that to happen? Like, you're fucking the bag up for everybody. Like, you are fucking the bag for yourself. You're fucking the bag for your co-hosts, who maybe not, maybe they don't need it. Maybe they do. That's my whole thing. And you're really destroying the content. And that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. Like, hey, NerdCity, I hope you get well. I hope you make videos that you can be proud of. And I hope your next video is not talking about how YouTube fucking destroys you as a person and tries to corrupt you. Because if you do, this is only going to get worse. And with that is the end of our first topic for today's stream. We are going to be going up into a different topic. But what I would like to do is honestly go to the bathroom. I need chat. I need to go to the bathroom. I've had to go to the bathroom for like fucking a long time. And I've just kind of been like, yeah, first topic and we're at the 2-hour mark. It is. And the second topic is going to fucking break me as a person. I don't know. Mega Man music.
Isn't it super late over there?
It's 10:27. It's not that bad. Oh, that's loud. Oh god, that's so fast.
Oh shit.
Oh god, that's so fast. Hold up. We're not gonna play it this fast, guys.
This is lord.
This
is gonna turn me schizo. What do you?
There we go. There we go.
Nice.
You need a break screen. That's really
Bio break?
interesting. That's interesting that you say that we need a break screen, because there it is.
I don't see it. There it is.
There it
oh,
is.
look at that.
Yeah, we have a please stand by screen. It's not great, but we are getting a new one eventually. I'm gonna go piss, girl. Thanks, guys, for remember to like the stream. I gotta go pee. Bye.
Wow, break.
Need to do some paperwork while we wait. Unless we were left unmuted. Oh, we were left unmuted. So, Chad, how are you? Doing great, Cat. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Talk about the chef. Yeah, absolutely. So Hector Boiardi was not American, he was an Italian immigrant. He was sort of like a kitchen hand for a while. I believe his first job was at 11. He used to basically just peel potatoes and cut onions. He went to work over on France, where he was an actual, assistant chef for a bit. Chef Boiardi was massive, honestly.
He's so big for us.
Climbed.
No.
Bro climbed. So, when he moved to the United States, Hector Boiardi, was in charge of the Plaza Hotel at a young age, and that is really impressive to be in charge of the Plaza Hotel in general. But he realized that he wanted more, so he moved towards the Midwest. East Coast and West Coast already had a big influence of Italian cuisine. The Midwest did not. So, while living there, he opened his own restaurant. I don't remember exactly. I believe it was Italian for the Garden of Italy or something like that. And his sauce was so good that people would ask him to take some home. And this kept going and going and going. So he got with a few people, started selling it. And do you know what happened immediately during this time? The Great Recession. So people were really hungry and poor, so they were getting some spaghetti from the big man, and someone gave him the idea to buy a canning, a cannery. So Hector, I'll just use his first name, Hector brought in his brothers, his wife, and they began a business of canning spaghetti and meat sauce. And this was big. Until one day, a silly day known as World War II came around. And
hey everybody, hold on, let me no.
Is that our next topic?
Yeah, it is.
I really need to start coming to the meetings.
You gotta start coming to the pitch meetings is essentially what I think you need to do.
Oh
you gotta start coming to the fucking pitch meetings. Man, I hope
what pitch meeting?
We don't have pitch meetings. That's really I just fucking find things. I hope this fucking music.
Yes, and Cat. Yes, and
you gotta come to the pitch meetings. Okay, let me yes, I am a real Italian.
Prove it.
I am a real Italian.
Yes, and what meeting?
Oh my god, you motherfuckers! Guys, you don't understand. Listen, we here at the Opp Block, we are constantly just doing things, and you know what I'm gonna do while we wait?
Wait, don't go on Twitter. Your Twitter. What are you doing?
I'm fine. We're fine. We're fine because first off, we are chill. It's not on the screen.
Military. He's using Tinder to warn Lebanon not to mess around and find out.
I guess. I'm gonna go to the fact that we switched.
Oh, it's not on stream. Okay.
It's not on stream, dumbass. Listen. I know how to fucking do this stream.
Stream is still on standby.
Thank God. I have it on my other screen, and I don't know why my brain immediately went to panic.
Panic at the disco, everybody. I don't know. Juice the tweet. Juice it now. Juice it. I don't fucking know. I put the tweets in here sometimes. We should have pitch meetings. Maybe one day we'll have a pitch meeting. So I don't. Oh, okay, Xylee.
Hello again.
Hello, Nani. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So I love my grandmother. Let's get back right in the news. I know the break screen is still up, sweetie. I love you.
This one's speed runnable, right?
Kind of. All right, getting back. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Opp Block, and here we go. Beefaroni, give me the formula. This was the intermission. We did have a small intermission for pee breaks. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Again, just want to thank everybody for here. I juice that we're changing topics. Like, whatever. I don't know. Follow the Twitter for more updates. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So, okay. What did I do? Oh, I was recording. When did I start recording? I never record. That was weird. Guys, hey, I've done streams before. It's okay. And now we get into, oh my god.
Streamer man.
Oh, shut up. I hate everything. And now we're back into our next topic. Our next topic is a very interesting topic. I came apart this in the Twitter Spaces. This tweet up here is not necessarily in relation to it, but it is kind of on topic. So
it's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic. So this was a gentleman by the name of Dean Browning.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh, so Dean was like a U.S. congressperson, if I remember correctly, and they essentially had a fake Twitter. We all have alts. Alts happen. Well, you don't.
I have two.
I'm the only person who does not have an alt.
I don't have an alt.
I don't have one either.
Says someone who has an alt.
I don't. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have an alt. But this was just a really funny moment. This was in 2020. This was a guy. This was like a U.S. congressperson that was kind of just he had his alt as different minorities to like talk about certain things, and things like that. So, my favorite fucking thing. So, Dean Browning says, "I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me. My life only changed a little bit, and it was the worst. Everything is so much better under Trump, though. I feel respected, which I never do when Democrats are involved."
What if this guy is the reason Trump won in 2020?
Oh my god. It's so funny when you fucking like post on your main the all. Oh, it's so yes. The brownenings, as I like to call it, is when the brownening is when you LARP as a different race, and the reason for this is that there was a Twitter profile called Colonel Gatekeep Otaku, and Colonel Gatekeep Otaku has been on the space.
Oh yeah.
He's been on the Twitter space for a long period of time. I want to say around like 2021. And he was, and we will discover this because he apologized and then deleted the apology. And is now yes, he did. In his now deleted apology, he confirmed that he was a UK man. He was a UK man LARPing as a Japanese man. And so we'll get into why he was LARPing as a Japanese man.
All hit there, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I too have wanted to LARP as a different race before because I've hated myself. We've all been there.
That's okay, Falgi. I hate you too.
I hate myself too. So let me see if I can find the specific post that I'm looking at. Where did the screenshot go? So he wrote this apology. And this is a now deleted apology. And we'll kind of, yes, it is giving Ollie London, which is very funny.
He's probably now fed too, honestly. Or at least gathering info for them. Yeah, you ever want to know who's a fed? Ask Josh.
I don't know if I want to know who's a fed. That kind of power is scary. But more importantly, let's go into this crazy fucking this shit is fucking insane. So he posted this, and he would in his now deleted thing. He says, I believe it's time you guys know the truth about me. I am deeply ashamed of being British. I see the UK as a lost country. It's so far gone. My purpose on X was to talk to people from different backgrounds and to learn learn other perspectives, which is not something I could do if people knew I was British.
I'm gonna cut you off. People who unironically use X, red flag. I said it before, I'll say it again.
Yeah, listen, if you call Twitter X, it's a fucking red flag. Why are you calling Twitter X? It's so fucking weird. What is this accent?
Quantum, this is a UK accent. This is genuine.
This is a genuine,
genuine accent. We are American. We understand that this is exactly what the UK accent sounds like to each and every one of us.
I mean, Quantum, doesn't this sound?
One day we'll drag a British person in and force them to read this.
We don't know any British people.
We don't know anybody. We don't know anybody who's British. Quantum, this sounds like your mommy and daddy. Like that's
oh no.
No.
No, I know some British people. He doesn't even have an Italian. Fuck off. What do you mean it's not an Italian accent? You got a problem with my fucking accent, huh? You got a problem?
Do you guys know that Falgi is Italian?
You know what?
Sorry.
Wait, Falgi's Italian?
Okay, you know what? This is a call out. Cloudy, why don't you get on the fucking call and do your British accent? Huh? Don't fucking do it.
What do you mean?
No,
she ain't right now.
She ain't fucking working
right now.
She's not fucking working. I know she's not fucking working. Listen, Medley, if Beckett wanted to be in, I would love it because it would be hilarious.
I was thinking more like Hal.
I don't think Beckett knows who we are.
I mean, yeah, I don't have Beckett.
Honestly, probably Hal.
I mean, I
I'm
have
allowed to nag Beckett. He's very nice to me.
Do not nag Beckett.
Not for this, not for us.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about this. I'm just saying in general. I'm allowed to nag him. He's very nice.
Flex. I see.
No. I've spoken with Beckett privately. He's actually a very, very nice individual.
Flex on me too. I see. I get it. Flex on me and Kat. We don't know British people.
Yeah,
I know.
Cloudy, do not nag people.
The thing is, Beckett is unfortunately British.
What do you mean, Beckett? What do you mean, Beckett is unfortunately British?
A little.
Okay, yeah, everyone shit on me for not knowing British people. Fuck you all.
You know Hal.
Yeah, you know Hal.
I think of Hal fondly.
I'm pretty sure she's British.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I hope she isn't.
Wait, Skelly, you were Mary Poppins for an event once. That's fucking amazing. I love that so much. That's so fucking Greg L. Not knowing a single British person. I know some British people.
I'm American. Honestly, I don't have to know British
great
people.
W.
Greg. Yo, that's so fucking good, Skelly. I would definitely bring you on. Maybe another time because I'm not going to torture anybody with the shit I need to read because some of this shit is insane. I can't do this to you guys. Okay.
I can't do this to you guys, he says right before doing it.
Well, no. I can't do this to somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
It would hurt my soul. Because what I'm going to read is insane. My purpose on X was to talk to I already said that. They knew I was British. Okay. I've had great conversations with Filipinos, Syrians, Egyptians, Koreans, surprisingly, Germans, Italians, etc., and have had a genuine friendship with an actual Japanese person who knows the truth about me. Because the UK colonized half the world, to this day works alongside with America in destroying countries people rightfully wouldn't want to talk to me. This is where
it ain't that deep. This
fucking post gets worse and I hate it. My love for Japan is genuine. My earliest life memories were playing Sonic 1 with my family on the Sega Mega Drive. I hate that it was called a Mega Drive. I hate that it was called a fucking Mega Drive. Like, it's cool. The Dreamcast is just the Dreamcast and what the fuck? It's not well, yeah, this would have been the Dreamcast.
If I remember, no, this. So if I remember, I think in Europe it was the Sega Mega Drive, and I think in the States it was the Sega Master System, and that was the precursor to the
because the Genesis. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember specifically off the top of my head.
If I remember right, I could be wrong.
Yeah. So okay. So he said Sega Mega Drive, and trying to pronounce the Japanese names on the credits. Okay, this fucking post pisses me off. And so many. Yeah. We'll get to the part about Linkin Park. Kill me.
You're completely right. Mega Drive was what it was called in the Genesis. Master System was okay. Sorry.
Okay. My favorite artist of all time is Linkin Park, which was founded by Mike Shinoda, a Hafu.
I don't know if you should say that. Well.
Listen, he put it in the post. For those who don't know, that is like somewhat of a derogatory term for individuals who are of mixed race, specifically for Japanese descent. It is a fucking weird fucking term. Yeah, fucking Mike Shinoda would tell this guy to fucking like fucking kick rocks. This is an insane thing to say.
Keep Mike Shinoda's name out your fucking mouth.
Linkin Park. That I'm gonna add this to why I was lying about my race. Linkin Park.
It's not even just that. Like, that's a fucking American band, dog. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like,
that's the funniest point.
It's the funniest thing. It's a fucking American band. So
this guy is truly Mr. Worldwide.
He is. Oh, please don't. Okay. So
I was not ready for you to say Mr. Worldwide. They got me.
It gets so much fucking worse, man. I'd say 95% of my happy memories in my life involve Japan in some ways, and I want to protect Japan, and I would rather die than end up being like mine. I am covering this. We are somehow covering this. What he's essentially saying is he does not want Japan to become Britain, which is a very weird fucking sentiment. And then he says, "This is why I pretended to be Japanese, to help fight Japan." Now, I want to fucking point out for a second what this man is fucking saying, right? Yeah, take as much fucking mental damage as you can, because it only gets fucking worse. So he deleted this post, and what he's essentially saying is that he looked at imperialism and colonialism, and he said, I have to defend Japan from the woke mind virus. He has to defend Japan from the wokeism. I don't think you guys understand. Marxism ruining Japan. NSYNC ruining Japan. I can't believe it. Why would you bring this Western culture into my purely beautiful imperialistic Japan?
Japan don't need you to defend it. Japan don't want you.
Japan, it is so funny because he's British. How much more imperialist can you get? That's
Japan doesn't even know you.
Japan don't know you like that, little bro, and it gets more confusing from here.
Japan, no matter what you say, no matter how much you defend Japan is not going to fuck you. Okay,
was imperialist.
All right.
Isn't that right, Kat? Isn't that right? Everything's imperialism.
When you break it down,
I mean, Japan does have like a huge history with like invading other countries. There's a reason Korea still fucking hates Japan. And China, the several atrocities Japan committed in World War II.
Yeah. This is a weird flex that I don't understand. But we went into this person's, so Mr. Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, we dived into his Twitter. And chat, when I tell you we found some of the craziest fucking things on the platform that I have seen in a very long time, we're going to get into it.
Oh, I gotta grade you guys.
Okay. So apparently.
Okay.
He created a fake passport.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've seen this.
He kept talking that he was working a late night at a Family Mart. And people were like, that is a verifiable picture you can find on Google. Oh, I do have the swimsuit tweet. We'll get there. He literally, like, he's saying that he, like, this is a post that he's not even involved in. He doesn't know how to speak Japanese because he fucking gets Japanese wrong. And not only that, he lies all the time.
All this.
He was just like doing some weird fascist shit with a fucking translator site, but also getting it wrong. My man was just like fucking. He wasn't even the worst part is he wasn't even a good liar. That is what's crazy to me. He wasn't a good liar. So people were just like ignoring him. Yeah, he would use Google Translate to speak Japanese. And then like people would come in the comments being like, hey, that's not right. What are you saying? You don't even know how to fucking
At least he
speak
was
Japanese.
deep out.
Yeah, like this is like some like crazy shit. Like people saying that like they're accusing him.
Panty stocking.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like if you followed me, you will have come across the accusation I'm a British. So people fucking knew that he was LARPing.
People knew he was British.
People fucking knew he was a Brit. People were following this man.
Replace the I with an asterisk.
Oh my god!
This is like.
I also want to point out
he's becoming the thing that he hates. He already was the thing that he hates.
I'm not gonna click on his Twitter, but I do chat. I want to just read their description: educating Westerners on Japanese politics, gatekeeping anime and manga, and the censorious Puritans, Japanese nationalist, anti-communism, Shintoist. I want to point out something. There has only ever been one other person that I have heard use censorious. And that is, and it's Cybersmith.
Yeah.
That's the only fucking person who's ever used it.
I think we found a guy who's at his Pathfinder game.
No, don't say that. Leave my boy Cybersmith alone. Oh, God, Cybersmith. Oh, yeah. A lol cow that I can't help but just want better for him and want him to wake up.
I think Schreiber loves the UK way too much to do something like this.
You know what?
Like, my boy really likes empires.
Yeah.
He does. He fucking plays Age of Empires and always picks Britain. He will never. Never
Josh
pick another
keeps
one.
asking. Josh, he doesn't. Oh, so is there a date? Oh, is there a time? Oh, Nani. Does he ever mention anything? I'm like, I don't know.
No, he hasn't. No, we haven't. We haven't because we got sidetracked with another little pet project.
Okay, well, you're going to handle organizing the debate.
I will talk to Diesel about it. But let's look into more things and more that this person has said.
What more could he have said? What more words exist, Falgi?
So, on a older post, he said, in the latest example of gender ideology infecting Japan, children are no longer required to wear swimsuits, pushing children to wear unisex swimwear. And there's a community note that I'd have to kind of highlight because, I want to see if I can get it to show up on screen because we are big. The swimsuit is designed to protect from sunlight and UV radiation. You don't have to apply sunscreen. So my man is like, I can't believe it. They're wearing the bodysuits. So, all the kids can be gender neutral. Bitch, it's just to protect them. It's literally just to protect them from fucking wearing sunblock. It's not that hard.
And it's just fucking swimsuit.
Yeah.
It's a swimsuit for children.
I mean, you have to understand, though, Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper chat. Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper is a man of Japan. He is a man of the people. Even though he's a British man LARPing as a Japanese individual, he must talk about this. He must continue this. And as you can see, there are many tabs that I have.
Oh, no.
There are many tabs that I have. So there's a lot more tweets. And we'll go into it. Because you'd wonder, what are some of the things that Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper wants to protect about Japan? Yes, it's gender ideology. It's Western gender ideology that he wants to protect Japan from. but I wonder what else he wants to preserve in Japan. Huh. Interesting. He wants to preserve religious freedoms in Japan. He said that 3 were killed and seriously injured in a diversity festival in Germany. A diversity festival isn't complete without an Islamist mass stabbing. People some even go to as far as the main act. So, now we're Islamophobic. So what do we need to do? We need to protect Japan from Islamics. Okay, so first off, here's a fun fact for you. That's a very Westoid racism thing to do. To be Islamophobic, that's very Westoid. So that's a weird thing to say. Lunar Moon T says, I'm playing Bejeweled 3 right now, and that is 1,000 times more productive and effective than whatever the fuck Colonel Otaku Man is doing. Yeah, he's in
Japan already has somewhat of a problem with racism. That's another thing. There is no need to protect them from anything because they already have these issues. You're not protecting them from anything.
Well, this is a very old internet Japanophile thing, where there was a sentiment where Japan needs to be protected and that Japan needed to be like lauded over because Japan is always right. Japan has never had a singular issue. It makes beautiful games. Why would Japan ever do this? But that's the thing, is like Japan has had issues with racism in the past and things like that. It is somewhat of a xenophobic nation. And that's not to talk badly about Japan. There are I've visited Japan.
It's not just Japan.
Yeah, it's not just Japan.
Issues.
It's
Japan,
not. We have these issues.
All like smartphones.
Yeah.
And like in Japan, all smartphones, from what I have been told, or like what I've seen, they have to have an audible camera shutter sound that can't be turned off. Japan has these issues.
Well, yeah, because you know,
sometimes every country has them, but relating to this,
sometimes you just want to take an upskirt shot of a girl that's like going up an escalator, apparently, because that's always been a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you're going with that, and I was I did not know where you're going.
No. Oh yeah, believe me. Huh. So this is another thing. Colonel Otaku just gets wrong. He claims to be from Oklahoma, and this person happened to be from the same prefecture, but he will never ever want to meet with people. I think Japan has female-only subways. I'm not entirely sure. So I visited Japan.
I think they do.
Yeah, I would have to double check. I visited Japan a couple years ago.
No, they do.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like it's a really weird thing. Cool Anime Girl says, I remember being really into anime and was probably pretty cringe in high school. However, I was never this bad and grew out of it. Yeah, it's
that's just looking anime.
This is
different.
This comes from the idea. Again, it's the left wing spaces. He's blaming the left wing. Blah 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 blah. Like this comes from a weird Japanophile look at the world and things like that. Let me see if I can find their specific posts. Again, doesn't want to meet this person. They never want to meet this person. They can't meet this person because they don't fucking live in Japan. This person is calling out. I don't give a fuck about Germany because they replaced their race culture, blah 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 blah, whatever. Like these are other like racist posts that he's like fucking commenting under. So is most of the West. So he's just identifying that there's a demographic change in the West, and he is looking for a homogenization. But this is the weird thing. This man is fucking British. How is he gonna fit in Japan? He's not Japanese. I don't understand where he thinks.
They treat foreigners a little weirdly.
Yeah, like that's my whole thing too. And this is interesting because a lot of content creators have moved to Japan, and due to recent, like the Johnny Somalis and things like that, there are specific spaces like in Kyoto, for instance, and other Japanese cultural sites that are now banning foreigners because of the fact that they are not respecting the culture. Listen, I went to Japan. I really loved it. It's a fun place to go to. It's a really nice place. But if you're not respecting the culture of the place that you are going to, all you are doing are creating a bad name for everybody else who's trying to be there. And obviously Johnny Somali is like a fucking like perfect case of like somebody going way too fucking far and like getting fucking fucking beaned for it. Listen, when you have the cops and the Yakuza running after you, leave the country and never fucking return. But this is wild. This is insane. Let's see, where else? I'm looking for a very specific post. I have so many. This is just a weird post about that person. This is just saying, I really want to know in a way to help Japan and not, and like he's finding these people that are also Japanophiles, saying that he's part of the, the Conservative Party of Japan. This is why we can't have nice things.
Just the Conservative Party?
Yeah.
Generic Conservative Party. That's the one I'm voting for.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just here. I'm part of the generic, Hey guys, I'm part of the generic Conservative Party of Japan. Don't mind my accent. I'm 100% Japanese. Don't you worry about it. Like, fuck off. Like, this is like insane. And like, it just gets weird at this point because now it's like, this is one of the things about like modern quote unquote wokeism in Japanese media. A common misconception among Western otakus in that wokeness does not exist in manga. It does exist. Woke manga is niche and never brought over to the West. There's this woke manga making the rounds called One Day at the Immigration Bureau. Foreigners detention centers are a living hell. Okay. This media exists. Like, this media exists to, generate awareness. I don't understand why you are targeting this. Like, where are you getting off? What is your agenda on this? Because it's very clear that you have one. And it's very clear.
And like the Japanese court system, like, you're not entitled to a lawyer, first off. You're not entitled for a speedy trial, second off. And those conditions aren't that great either. And Japan has a 99% conviction rate.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is an actual good thing to be talking about. Look, Persona 5. I know Persona 5 mentioned. Same thing. Why are you hitting on this manga when you're probably like, Yorkin into Persona 5?
Well, that's an interesting thing too to mention is that Japan is known to have a very high conviction rate because of the fact that, you're not necessarily entitled to a lawyer, and the fact that there are very speedy trials, and a lot of people just plead guilty just to make it happen.
You can get forced into conviction too.
Yeah, they force a conviction. And it's not to say that, like, listen, the American legal system where we are all from is also very corrupt. I'm not going to sit here and fucking grandstand on that. But that's a factor. And it's also a very weird, political system where, listen, sometimes Japanese courts give very weird sentences. Never forget that the creator of Rurouni Kenshin had so much CP, they thought he was donating. They thought that he was the distributor for the fucking greater Tokyo area, and all he got was a fucking fine and a slap on the wrist. Because that's literally just how Japan kind of views it. There is a cultural imbalance to it all, and that's not to say that it's not a bad, like, it's not to say that Japan as a nation is corrupt. It's to say that every culture has something wrong with it, and you can address it as such. I'm sorry, Leia is like rubbing up on my leg. She is very upset that Dad has been streaming for a period of time. I know, baby, I know.
Leia, your dog.
Yeah, no, yeah, Leia, my dog. We've talked about it. Yes, no.
If you're getting clip chipped.
Jesse ran around enough, though. He's laying down his dog bed again.
Yeah, please. Somebody clip chip me. I'm afraid of that. Like this, Scarlet, please clip chip me, I swear. All right.
Don't invoke people's names.
Hi, Scarlet.
Don't invoke people's names. I want to have.
Okay, so he's calling himself a Hafu, which is okay, great. I don't give a shit.
Half European. Hold on.
European
isn't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because he's also not saying where from Europe he is. Also, fun fact. Listen, Britain, the UK is not from the EU anymore thanks to Brexit. So that's a weird one. All my British shatters. I'm sorry for the Brexit mention. I am very sorry about that.
You should have used like trigger warning Brexit mention.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I ain't too worried about it. Let's see. Yeah, this thing. Okay. This is like, court, we're going to send you to prison because they're full. Oh, we are not going to send you.
We're not going to send you.
Because you're full. Child rapist. Oh, thank God. The next case. Court. Agatha, I'm sentencing you to 20 months in prison for sharing a racist Facebook meme. Oh, God help me. Like, there are court systems that are bad. Court systems exist. Why are you still LARPing? You can still have these conversations. Fucking weirdo.
Just be like, yeah, these valid problems you're pointing out, but it's not Japan only. That's not Japan's better. Also, yes.
This fucking tweet is insane. I don't even have words for this fucking tweet. This fucking tweet hurts me and confuses me.
Like, I have my Theracane right beside me.
What is this?
Just saying.
So not only that, he's also anti-Semitic. I love when Of course he is. He has to be anti-Semitic. Like, you're not allowed to criticize a Jew. I forgot with a fucking anime picture. Stop using the fucking anime pictures, bitch. Again, here we go. More Jewish racism. The anti-Semitism. Goddamn.
Ashkenazi? Oh, I was getting called out. Screw you, man.
I know. Now it's the globalist elite about like anti-LGBTQ laws because he doesn't like gay people. Hey, motherfucker, I'd be really curious to know what your anime tastes are. How do you feel about Yuri? I'm sure you watch that, you bitch ass. You fucking little bitch.
Probably just a little Fuda here and there.
Yeah, he probably loves a little Fuda here and there.
Just a little, just a side.
And here we go.
Serving.
Not so right. I love my consistency and my racists. If anything, I can rely on them being predictable. Exactly. And here is chat. Here is when we get into the fun stuff. Because you want to ask yourself, right? Let's ask the proverbial question. What the fuck is this man into, right? What are his tastes? What could they ever fucking be, right? I wonder. I fucking wonder. I have some great news for a change. Do you remember when the UN cybersecurity law said that they were going to censor anime and manga on the internet? Well, they're facing massive backlash. The UN has backtracked it. Major W. But look what it says specifically. Censorship of content involving children. I wonder what censorship, chat, he is looking at. So we're going to go here, right? This is, interesting. I wonder what he's talking about. I've defended AI art in the past, but I do take issues with it. With this, or whatever. It's come to my attention that there are people that are doing AI-generated sexualized pictures of minors that look indistinguishable to real life and are labeling it loli and shota. I believe this is bad and should be gatekept. Now let's talk about this for a second. Let's dissect this. Greg, can you dissect this sentence for me? Can you dissect this tweet for me?
No, I don't want to. Why is he saying gatekept? It should be illegal. It should be banned. What do you mean? Why is he saying gatekept? Is he saying gatekept because he doesn't want it in his loli and shota? He doesn't want AI art in his loli and shota? Is that what he's saying?
Well, it's not just
like the power to make AI art. I'm hoping that's what he means.
No, guys. Let's read it a little. Let's dissect it a little bit more. It's come to my attention that there are people doing AI-generated sexualized pictures of minors that look indistinguishable to real life and labeling it loli and shota. So what he is inferring is that the loli and shota art that these people are creating are minors, and it should be, and loli and shota should be gatekept. Loli and shota is fucking art of children.
Yeah, I know that. That's what he's saying. Is he gatekeeping the AI versions because he doesn't want the
No.
AI
He's gatekeeping the fact that it's indistinguishable from real life minors. What is loli is already indistinguishable from real life minors. What do you mean by that? Because what he's saying is that they are misappropriating tags.
Keemstar's daughter.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I don't know Keemstar's daughter.
It's the whole Shad thing where Shad. Shad man made a thing. Yeah, throw this man in jail. Right?
Lolly's
I'm not
fucking
crazy.
Disgusting. Yeah, like Lolly's fucking like have whatever opinion. Sure, it's its own art style. Like God, I fucking love Rebecca. The creator even said, from what I remember, that she's like got the Lolly style. I was like, ouch, but Rebecca, fucking like, God bless her. But there's a point where it's like you can't even just say Lolly anymore. You're drawing a real human breathing child. You fucking chainsaw, fucking rope, fucking ew. You're making art of a real child.
I will tell you right now, Lowe's does sell short stools and rope for very cheap. Because this is insane. Like we talked about this with the Demon Mama shit. This is a very wild thing where when we talk about Loli and showed up pornographic materials, if an AI artist can't distinguish from the fact that it's a child or not, and they're misappropriating the tags, what do you fucking think the regular art looks like? It's literally like, you don't do it. Don't do it. Don't have the art. The art shouldn't exist. I will die on the hill. I don't like the art. I know people in real life that will be like, oh, it's art for art's sake, and they'll fucking argue with me. You know what I do? I just say, like, okay, if it's art for art's sake, why does it have to be a child? Why does it always have to be the caveat that it's a 10,000-year-old dragon that looks like a fucking 3-year-old? Why? It doesn't need to be that way. That's poor writing. You don't need to write it that way. If you have to make so many defenses for your case, you don't have... Yeah, the art shouldn't exist, period, 100%. That's the thing, is like, you don't need to create weird caveats. There are beautiful examples of quote-unquote childlike art that people have created that are not sexualized in any way. You don't need to do that. And Japan does have an issue with it. Yes, I understand the argument. Japan has a lower age of consent. The Western world doesn't understand. It doesn't matter. We understand. Scientifically, we understand that humans are not fully developed. Their frontal lobe is not fully developed until they are 25. We do not.
It's not like...
We do not. No, go on.
Yeah, it's like, people who go, well, the age of consent in Japan is this, and like, but it was already known that officials weren't even going by that law, like, in the good way, like, oh, shit, like, it's not like they're getting off scot-free because nationwide the age of consent was 13. No, if there was an adult that was sexually, abusing someone that is a minor, they're going to get arrested. It doesn't work. They got arrested anyways.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. It's not like these things don't exist in a vacuum, right? And so so we're kind of learning what does Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper love to defend. I can't even show this. I can't even fucking show this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. There is art in the thread that I can't even fucking show because it's so poorly censored. I can't even show this. I mean, listen. Q, you have news. What is the news?
I'm sending you something else, Falgi.
There's stuff I can't even fucking show. Do you know how insane that is? I made sure to not put anything in this thing that would get this video demonetized or blocked. What is happening? Fuck off. This fucking drawing of what? It's just a drawing. Literally. Okay. Q, can you send it to me? Can you DM it to me? Like, this is what actually like fucking bothers me, right? We have people like we have people who defend it in the weirdest way humanly possible. It is so bizarre. Ay. This is, yeah. Any get to be monetized, you're not even monetized. It's insane. Like, but that's what I mean. Like there's so many insane things that, okay, let me see. Q with the real-time update. Oh my god, he did not. By now, all bro,
he's saying it's fake.
Bro, they have it direct. They have it directly from your account. They have it directly from your account. Oh my God, he's stupid. By now, all of you are aware of the cringe confession that went viral a few days ago. It was false. My ex account was hacked and it took me days to get access. I want to point out the fucking apology was deleted within hours.
So how did he get it back in days?
How did he get back at this bitch? Oh my God.
Careful.
What?
Careful.
Oh shit.
I'm just saying, be careful.
Ooh, yeah, we're not gonna go down. We're gonna be very careful. This is insane. The fucking replies on this are funny as fuck. This is insane.
That's funny.
So yeah, he loves Loli. So now he's saying that, bro. Yeah, he pulled a quantum TV. He's like, my shit was hacked. Like, again, isn't mass shootings also immoral? Why should violent computer games and movies get passed but not Loli?
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I told you. The man loves Loli. Lunar Moon Tea, thank you for the 3-3.
3. You missed a 3. I said it.
Let's try this one more time. 3.
3. He's muted.
Ew. Oh, wait, is it muted somehow?
No, you just stopped talking.
Oh, no, I stopped talking because the thing was going off.
Let's do that one more time then. 3.
3.
3.
3.
There we go.
That's so many 3s.
What did I do?
Look at all that.
We tried.
What happened? What did I do?
We tried, Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit, we tried.
Quantum, I said it once. I'll say it again. I don't claim him.
Quantum, Twitter is not bringing your bests out.
Yeah, the British are not coming. The British need to go home. They need to go home and maybe like log off. I didn't hear a text to speech if that's what you meant. So was the text to speech off? Hold up. Can I replay the alert? Oh no. No.
Careful. No.
No. Stop. How do I replay an alert?
No doxing. Oh my
I'm
God.
not
I'm so sorry.
doxing.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. First time. Oh my God.
How do I replay an alert?
It doesn't matter. Move on. You fix it next time. Move on.
Oh God, no. Yeah, no one heard the text to speech. God damn it. Thank you, Lunar Moon Tea, for the. No.
Thank you, Lunar Moon Tea, for the docs. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean for the docs? There was no docs. There was no docs.
Shout out to Lunar Moon Tea.
Shout out to Lunar Moon Tea for the 3.
Full location.
In the Opp Block.
What do you mean? There was no location. It was just their fucking YouTube.
Thanks for your location, your first and last.
No. No, I didn't cut out. Stop. I'm sweating. So yeah, he loves the defending the lolly. Don't we just love when your favorite British person, but stop saying you could stop. I hate this. I love our chat. You guys are killing me right now though. I am trying to order food. I am starving. It is late and I'm trying to order food.
Is it wings again?
No, I'm ordering a fucking chicken parm. I'm ordering a chicken parm sandwich with a beef patty.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I gotta visit. This sounds amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not ordering a pizza. Not tonight, Jack.
Damn.
Not a pizza night.
It's not a pizza night.
Every night's a pizza night with Chef Boyardee.
Not today.
No.
Just open this giant 16-inch can. Pop out the pizza that you like and warm it up. Or eat it raw.
No. You're not eating. Do not eat the shit raw, please. Guys, don't eat your fucking pizzas raw. So yeah, my man loves lolly. And it gets worse. When I tell you it gets worse, it gets so much fucking worse. Again, there are posts that I literally cannot show. Because my man, Godspeed Lunar. I'm going to take a picture and tag Falgi.Exe+. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what these things mean. Ay. Okay, but like, I don't, this is just, okay, so the session data should have been reset, so hopefully it works, because it shows that Lunar Moon Tea's things. Okay, so it gets worse. Banning, again, he does not like the banning of Loli and Shorta. Shorta. He hates it. My man hates it. He's like, oh no, somebody got banned for Loli porn. Oh no. My Loli stuff. It's called cartoon child porn. This is the thing I don't understand with these people. And then he made this post in June of 2022. I'm just waiting for Japan to start producing lowly sex robots that would really trigger the Puritans. The fuck do you mean?
Somewhere I can hear Cloudy barfing.
Somewhere I can hear Cloudy barfing. If only she was on the call. Because this is insane. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Great. So I went back. I got the message.
Uh-huh.
So 3:33. It's kind of hard to see because it doesn't have a background, so it blends in with the Twitter.
Yeah,
but I think it says about to go to bed. It's late for me. Just want to say, brother, ew.
Yeah. I mean, I can see what it is.
Yeah, but we couldn't.
Okay.
Thank you, Kat.
So I have to fucking read this. Let's analyze the backstory. The butt is small and has cheeks that aren't very fat or jiggly, and the whole package overall radiates cuteness rather than sexiness. For my analysis, I can safely assume it belongs to a loli. Yes, he wants a child sex robot, and he is objectifying and classifying loli and shota porn. We've discussed this. We discussed this with the Demon Mama thread. This shit is crazy to me. Calling me when you have 3 other people there is rude. Listen, get on. Call me rude to my face then, Cloudy. I dislike this so much. I don't understand why this is a thing, right? So he continues threads like this, right? He continues threads, talking about like loli. He's always kind of constantly comparing it. Yeah, this man should just go to jail. There is no reason for this man to be walking freely. There's no reason. Constantly talks about, oh, I can't believe this. Why is loli like? Why are localizers replacing the term lolicon with pedophile, which is. There is an argument to be made that is a fucking weird change. Like, not a weird change, but there's an argument to be made that like you don't need to necessarily make that change for the joke to feel ew, irregardless. But it's still like again, being a fucking lolicon is fucking weird, man. It's fucking bizarre. Go to fucking jail. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's more about this. Like, oh, this is his very fun post. Good morning. My name is Colonel Otaku Gatekeep. I have returned to gatekeep Western Puritans from our hobby and to fight against censorship that may befall it. Rejoin me as we fight to preserve Japanese freedom. We shall show no mercy to Western imperialism.
What's his hobby?
Well, that's the thing. If you are Japanese, that's an interesting thing that you say, Greg. If you're Japanese, how can this be a hobby? What's the hobby? If you're Japanese and this is your culture, that's the hobby. Oh, Cloudy, what's my accent? My accent is being British. That's all right. I mean, a localizer's job is to take terms that try to make them as accurate or as close to something that is the average person in a localized country will understand. So I can see the change that. I do understand the change. I think that localizers do have a very difficult job. And I will never take that away from them. One of the things I would say is that when you're working with a localization, I think that there's a very fine line you do have to toe where you got to make sure that how you're localizing it also is not parody, because you want to make sure that people are going to shit on you irregardless, but you do want to make sure that what you're translating isn't just parody of itself. Is essentially what I would say.
You guys do footnotes. You can keep it the term and then editor's note at the bottom. Lolicon means pedophile.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. Again, there's another like fucking. He's saying that he's being called British by a Korean woman. This is the tweet that fucking I lost my mind with. This is the tweet that made me lose my fucking mind.
People in Japan do not care about this. They literally do not care. It's still bad, don't get me wrong. That's fucking horrifying, but you get what I mean.
this tweet really fucking like threw me for a fucking loop, because my whole thing was, why are you you're commenting on the West too much, dog? You can't keep up the act. You're so horny for being right and being a fucking weirdo, like fucking racist, that you can't keep up the act anymore. This was July 27th, so this would be the Olympics, obviously. So he says, an old white Frenchman passing the torch to an African woman, symbolizing the demographic replacement of the native French people.
And like, one other thing is, like, you see this and your first thought is, damn, I hate black people. And you see this scene, like,
yeah,
damn,
no.
black people suck.
Oh, Nani, this is maybe clipped. You are not saying this. You are not saying this. You're saying he's saying it.
He is saying it.
He is saying
He
this.
is saying it.
POV, you're a weirdo on Twitter, and the first thing you see watching the Olympics torchbearers.
Oh, racism. Yeah, no, this is like,
and it's during the Olympics, like. What?
But it's not even just that. It's yeah, demographics switch over time. Hey, Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, I wonder why that there's like a shift in demographics with individuals of color. I wonder if there is this weird thing that happened like throughout, like, you know, Britain and America, and it spread to the rest of Europe. I wonder if there's just this weird thing that happened. It'd be really weird if colonialism and imperialism was the reason for these things. Right. So that tweet is this shit. Then we start getting into this. We start getting into his just blatant racism. Then obviously he doesn't like the LGBTQ plus. I'm having a stroke. Yeah, this is starting. This is where his transphobia comes in. So chat, like,
LGBTQIA
plus. Thank you. I did.
You missed several letters.
I did. I'm getting concussed by the imagery.
They're gonna kick you out.
LGBTQ. There you go.
LGBTQIA plus community. You cannot kick me out of my community. Thank you very much. I still have my tactical F slur. I will use it one day.
Oh no. You're threatening us.
Am I threatening? This is like where is crazy to me, right? Because and then he's like making quotes that like this is like where he's like talking about, white women are gonna are saying these things about like refugees being welcomed, and then they're uncomfortable by minorities, which, hey, like, that's not, I don't think that's the own he thinks it is, because yes, that is a thing where like there are like people do performative, they do performative like activism and things like that. But this is not the own that he thinks it is, because he's doing it from a point of just his racism. That's what it is. So my man, Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper. These are just
you're gonna call him Colonel Goatfucker.
And this is his big thing, and this is why a lot of people were talking about him recently, because he's also part of the controversies with Assassin's Creed. For those who don't know, for those who don't know,
I've heard this too many fucking times.
Assassin's Creed's newest game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, is taking history, and they're using a somewhat famous samurai that was part of like slave trade and things like that. It would be Yasuke. So Yasuke, it was a black individual. I don't remember where the country of origin he would have been from, but it's a thing where he did become a samurai at one time, or at least a ronin. And
here's the thing: even if he didn't historically actually rise to the level of samurai, even if he was just at more of a lower level, was just some guy, okay, why not just elevate him to that level anyways?
And also, when has the Assassin's Creed games ever been historically accurate? I didn't actually kill these people. When I was Altair, I didn't actually kill these people. This is not how
What
they
do
actually
you mean?
died.
The apple of Eden was showing you the way. That happened in real life. You're telling me the apple of Eden wasn't real?
You're telling me Abstergo is in charge of the world? They're the evil corporation running the country?
Abstergo is the Illuminati. That's just
no. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Metal Gear. Guys, it's Metal Gear.
It's the
like and subscribe.
Like, yeah, okay. That's right. Everyone's like making funny comments. Yeah, the wiki page is a bloodbath. I hate this nerd. Asses go. He never got to the title. But he was the Lord's favorite dude. Owned a land, got paid. He was basically a samurai in all but title. That's the other thing too. Is like, so there were comments, and I don't remember the validity of it. There were comments that were saying, "Oh, the historian, who's I guess a white dude, is cherry picking events. He wasn't telling things very accurately." But there's no evidence to that I could find immediately, and the evidence comes from these fuckers.
And this Twitter account is a white dude, presumably. He's a UK guy. Like,
there's actually one account that I do follow. He mostly does like coverage. Not mostly does. I do know part of what he does is like coverage like North Korea. He is both biracial and he lives in Japan. And he actually was talking about this when the whole like controversy and debate started. I forget the account's name, but as someone who actually lives in Japan, and from what we know, his parents escaped communism. I think, he would have the better. You could just went to him instead of just warping like this. He's an actual historian to a point, but I have to find it. Either way, it's just there's an example of a real guy who actually does his research and also actually lives in Japan.
That's the thing. These LARPers are attempting to quote unquote speak for Japanese Twitter and Japanese individuals. There are people that just enjoy the concept of this game existing. Like very, very famously, Sucker Punch put out their game. Oh my god, what the fuck is it called? Why is my brain farting on the name of the stupid game? What is the name of the game? Way of the Ronin. No, not Way of the Ronin. What the fuck was that game called?
Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima. Thank you very much. Right. And a lot of Japanese individuals praise the game publicly for not only its authenticity, but it's look at a very small part of Japanese history. A small part that not a lot of people even like consider to be a bigger thing, because it's a more intimate story about a separate island. And that's the thing. It's like, you can still tell stories with reverence. Assassin's Creed has never done that. Assassin's Creed doesn't do it. Why the fuck? Like, Leonardo da Vinci created guns. Never forget, Leonardo da Vinci created guns and a flying machine that worked. It wasn't all conceptual. Cursebearer Soup says, yeah, I've heard from normal Japanese people I follow. It's Yasuke. Nice. Yeah, there's like, that's the thing. When these accounts are LARPing, fucking Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper man is just fucking LARPing as this person and trying to speak from an experience. And people who don't do their research on Twitter, or these people who are very reactionary, they're gonna always gravitate to it. They're always gonna grab it. And I think like that's like going into this. Yeah, why is my man talking about Stellar Blade? And like a fucking transgendered woman, fucking Grum's shit. Again, racism in Germany. Gay marriage is degrading marriage, is defined as what it's supposed to mean. Like, these are all like, this is insane. This one was insane. If a Western man falls in love with a Japanese woman and integrates into Japanese society and has a child, it's just fine. If a woman refuses to integrate, if a Western man refuses to integrate and has children and gets that Japanese woman to live in the Western country, cough, my father, cough, then I oppose it. Okay. Like, but we know you're not fucking Japanese, you dumbass.
Yeah, and okay, so in this, hold on. In this scenario
go on.
where his dad is Japanese and moves to the UK
Well,
or
no,
Europe, wherever he's from.
His dad would be the white one. His dad would be the white one.
But he doesn't integrate into Japanese society. But if that's the case, and he disagrees with that, he would not be born. Like,
Essentially, yeah.
If that instance didn't happen, he wouldn't be born to complain about this in his own fake made up doo-doo world that he created.
The doo-doo world. Guys, we're in the doo-doo dimension. This is the doo-doo dimension. Yeah, it's a wild thing. Cool Anime Girls, I did see one thing though, that there was apparently, oh yes, for their promotional material, apparently they use Zoro's like sword from One Piece. Name. Have a good night, friend. But yeah, I think this is like, listen, there's a bunch more screenshots on this dude, and he's just a fucking weirdo. But that's the thing too, is that he doesn't keep the plot. Oh yeah, Sargon of Akkad. Hooray, Sargon of Akkad mention. But like that's
Sargon jump scare.
Sargon again, talking about CP, AI generated CP, it should be treated differently than Loli and Shoda because it's a real CP. That's the thing. Like he doesn't differentiate. Again, there are tweets that I cannot fucking show you. But I will say this to you. Oh hey, look, fucking making fun of Naughty Dog. Listen, I have problems with Neil Druckmann, but it's different. It's because, you know, interestingly, he claims to be the only creator of fucking The Last of Us because conveniently his co-creator is pro-union. And somehow his name is missing. But yeah. That is Colonel...
And you can hate things for being performative, but this isn't the same thing. This isn't problems of it being performative. They're not attacking it from that angle. They're just like, oh, well,
exactly. And I think that's the craziest thing. So I think that this is where I need to unlog from this fucking person. But I'm very curious to my co-host, what the fuck thoughts do you have while we kind of close the fucking show? Yeah, Neil Druckmann is high on his own supply. I have issues with him as a creator, but I don't have issues with him if he wants to portray certain messages.
Yeah, I don't have nice words to say about this.
Say the mean words. Say the mean words. I need you to say the mean words because you tell me. Greg.
You won't get in trouble.
Greg, you tell me after the show that you should have said the mean words. Say the mean words.
No, it's just this is a person I feel is in an irredeemable state on the internet. I don't think there's coming back. I don't think this is just a person who has the worst thing is this is a normal person. If you're in the UK, you've run into this person on the street, you've crossed paths with them without even knowing, ships in the night type style. And then they've done their job, whatever it is. They work at a restaurant. They wait tables, or they're in IT, or they're in some job, whatever it is. They're a regular Joe, and then they get home and they post all this weird shit. It's just another normal person in the real world, weirdo online. Horrible. It's crazy. Internet sucks sometimes. Sometimes you don't get sometimes we talk and it's not a fun one.
Yeah, no, this was not a fun talk. Nani, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this? How can I say this? And it may not be a good one. But, too bad. He actually got a morphine overdose, so this guy, he can take whatever's left of the ketamine.
Listen.
He can take whatever's left of the ketamine.
Yeah. Whatever. Let him get high on the supply too, Mad Hat, I guess, is what you're saying. And then Kat.
Yeah.
Kat, how do you feel, buddy?
I don't know. Fucking weird ass person.
Exactly. In chat, this is a weird ass person. At the end of the day, well, the moral of the story is that this guy is fucking weird and needs to just, permanently log off the internet, at least.
Get some help, for real.
I don't think there is help for him. This is Nani the castrator. And that, my friends, Oh my god.
That's actually going to fix it.
Yeah. Nani the castrator. And that, my friends, is the end of today's broadcast. I want to thank everybody who came in today's chat. I want to thank Quantum, especially Quantum for the 100. That was very fucking appreciated. Lunar Moon T, thank you for the 333. I want to thank everybody who came in. Celestina, Medley, Sage of the Winds, Cool Anime Girls, Q, Cloudy, Curse Bearer Soup, name, Natsurai. There's other people. Nav, I know you're in here. Starshine, you're in here. There's a lot of other people that came in as well. Lunar, I already said hi to Lunar Moon T. Xylee, thank you for being in here. Skelly, thank you guys for being in here.
Cloudy.
Yes, I said your name.
I'll say it again. I can say it. You can say words. I can say words.
Yeah, we all say the words at the same time. And I want to thank you guys very much. Just as a reminder, we do have a Ko-Fi page. If you guys want to support the show, I am going to be creating tiers for the Ko-Fi. If you guys want to support the show monthly, I'll shove the Ko-Fi in there one more time because I am crazy. I am crazy. I am crazy.
I'm crazy. You. Oh, I thought you were gonna do another.
So I'm gonna.
I'll just look stupid. Okay, that's my plan.
Yeah. You're never stupid, baby. Again, I'm gonna put the Ko-Fi in here just if you guys want to do it. And thank you guys very much. That's Kat.
Bye.
That's Nani.
Bye-bye.
And that's Greg.
We are your operators. Thank you, op heads.
Yes, and I'm Falgi.Exe. Thank you guys very much. We are your operators, and we are out of here. Ending stream. And